Hey, how y'all doing, man? I know, better late than never. Better late than never, right? I know everyone's happy to see us again, huh, Bum? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, Joe. Doing good.
Good, yeah. So I know you haven't been keeping up too much, or maybe I'm sure you've heard though, but uh, the Steelers, man, they've had a bad run here the last couple of games. Huh? Like kind of in short order, you had a game
Last
well,
Sunday.
last Sunday, and then another one this past Thursday. You had to have heard about these games.
Like I said, I haven't followed for about 3 years now, and here's how out of the loop I am.
Uh-huh.
Leading into this game Thursday night, I didn't even know New England was such a shitty team now.
Oh, really?
I had no idea.
Wow.
So I heard them discussing it at work,
Uh-huh.
and they were like, "Oh yeah, New England's terrible. The Steelers it's an automatic win." And I was like, "Don't you understand? These are the kind of games that the Steelers end up losing almost every time."
Right.
They if you go back and look at teams that had really lousy records over the last like 20 years, like if they were 2-14 or whatever, not every time, but in a lot of those cases, one of those 2 or 3 wins that they got that season was against the Steelers.
And then the Patriots, and then they played the Cardinals. One of my friends from here traveled out there to Pittsburgh. I'm not sure because he was off 2 weeks from work, so I'm looking forward to seeing him to Monday at work, because I'm curious to know if he went out there for those kind of 2 games in short amount of time sort of deal.
Well, from what I heard, it's the first time in NFL history that a team with a winning record has lost 2 consecutive games to teams that were at least 8 games. What was it like? Oh man, I forget. But obviously teams maybe like at least 6 games under 500 or something.
Yeah, they hadn't. I think the Cardinals might have won 3 games, but for sure the Patriots had only won 2 games.
Yeah, but whatever the stats of these 2 winning teams were, it's first time in NFL history that it's ever happened.
Yeah, absolutely, no doubt about that. And the absolute. Let me go to this view here because it's a little better. Yeah. The absolute big news. I can pull up my is Shohei Ohtani becoming a Dodger, man. Record demolishing 10-year $700 million deal. Whew. 10 years. The previous record in MLB was his former teammate, Mike Trout. 426.5 million is what he got. Which was tied for 43.3 million. Justin Verlander and Scherzer, both veteran pitchers, future Hall of Famers, the both of them had got per year. I mean, it's just an incredible amount of money. $700 million makes him, as far as I know, that's the biggest contract in sports history so far. Biggest contract in the world.
Mm-hmm. We'll see how long it lasts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. We'll see how long it lasts.
Like they say, records are made to be broken.
Oh, you bet. It completely smashed that soccer player. I forget that soccer player's name. Oh, Messi, Messi, something like that. completely smash that record. I think he had got 640 some million or something like that. $700 million. I can't even. He's 29 years old. By the time he's 40, bum, it's generational wealth. I mean, none of his descendants, for the most part, will ever know. Depending on what he does with that money,
That's what I was going to say. A lot of them don't utilize that money wisely.
He doesn't impress me as someone that spends money irresponsibly. He's a pretty responsible player and a really good representative of Japan sports.
Right.
It's just an incredible amount of money. So now when you look at the Dodgers, when you take a look at the Dodgers and you look at what it'll now be, I mean, I would assume it would have to be the starting three: Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, and Shohei. Now, how they're going to intertwine those three, I have no idea. But just those three salaries alone, bum, is $1 billion.
I think your beers are going to go up a couple bucks this next season.
It's funny, right? Because my cousin was looking for basketball tickets, right? So she's asking, telling me like, God, these basketball tickets are so expensive. And I had to chuckle. I'm like, are you not paying attention? Especially basketball. My God, they hand out $20 million to these bench players, for Christ's sake, like it's nothing. I mean, your LeBron Jameses and your superstars like that. I mean, they're easily getting $40 million a year. I mean, like nothing. Yeah, someone's got to pick that tab up, right? It ain't all cable deals and all these sorts of things. It's just an incredible amount of money these athletes make. But he's now a Dodger. I have to admit, I'll be buying in, man. I'll be looking forward to getting a jersey, Ohtani Dodger jersey, and I'm going to try to see him in spring training and go to LA for at least one game and see him in LA. I haven't been to LA for a home game, God, since I was like 12 or 13 years old, something like that, 11, 12, 13.
I just hearing this story takes me back. Somewhere in this house, I don't know where.
Oh, come on. You can't reach out.
Actually, in this case, this is one case where I don't know where, but somewhere. I have a page from or maybe even a half a page from a sports section from like 66. And this isn't why I saved it, and I forget why I saved it, but the headline's there. It's from early 66. The headline is Koufax Drysdale may seek $1 million. Wow. And that was for $1 million to get mentioned for a baseball player was unheard of. They ended up holding out for a while that year. And keep in mind, that wasn't even $1 million each. That was $500,000 for each of them. But they were holding out together for a total of $1 million. So that $1 million figure made headlines because it was $1 million. That was unthinkable. They did not end up getting it, I don't think. They ended up, I forget how long they held out in spring of 66, but they got a raise, but they didn't get $500,000 each.
And what year was that?
66.
Wow. It is something.
I don't think it was until 10 years later when any player made $1 million in a season. I know, was it Dave Parker for the Pirates? At the time he was, I know they were talking about baseball's first $1 million player. It might have been Parker, but I'm not sure. And once again, that wasn't $1 million a season. That was $1 million contract over like 3 seasons.
Yeah, I'd like to know. $1 million. Yeah, first $1 million contract in MLB. Let's see. November 19th, Ryan may have been able to buy his own private jet after the Astros signed him to a 4-year, $4.5 million free agent contract.
So was that like 1980 or 81 or something?
79.
79?
November 19th, 1979.
Oh, okay. So he started the 80 season with the Astros. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So who was the first athlete to make $1 million? The 70s. 1970 saw the first $1 million sporting contract signed in 72. NHL player Bobby Hull.
Oh, no kidding.
Made a deal with the Winnipeg Jets, signing a 10-year deal worth $1 million at the time. The sum was considered absurd.
Yeah.
$1 million over 10 years in the NHL? I would say that's a big deal.
Was that the NHL or was that the World Hockey League? If my buddy Lou is watching, he'll be able to instantly answer. I don't think the Winnipeg Jets were in the NHL then. They were later.
It says NHL here. I mean,
it is NHL? Okay.
I have no idea, but as you can see right there.
Because a lot of those world hockey teams got absorbed in the late 70s into the NHL. But okay, I don't know hockey, so
me neither.
If it says it, I'll go with it.
It's the source here is firmex.com. firmex.com. For that source.
Oh, I'm sure it's accurate.
Which baseball player gets $1 million a year? I don't know that's Bobby Bonilla. I don't know if that's quite what we're looking for there, but yeah, right up here, yeah, Ryan, Nolan Ryan.
Yeah, I would have never been able to guess that, and I remember that being a big deal when he left the Angels, coming back to the National League. That was exciting for me because I would be able to see him pitch finally.
And who was the and tell people, Bum, just because we're gonna get a bunch of crap, right? At least I do in the comments from certain folks. Why would we start the show with sports? I mean, what does sports have in common with this show, right? There's always been beer co-aligned with sports, always, right? From the beginning of American sports, at least, there's always been a beer tie-in, beer sponsors. If it almost wasn't for beer, and of course cigarettes in the early days, but I mean, if it wasn't for beer sponsorships, for Christ's sake, a lot of our sports wouldn't be around, right? That's where you. Yep.
Didn't even have to leave the chair.
No, I that's why I could tell by your look you didn't quite know where I was going with that, and I'm like, no, he knows. I'm gonna have to lead him into it a little bit, but those leaf collections back there are full of sports and beer relationships over the course of decades at this point, decades and decades. Yeah, there it is.
Got to take it out of the plastic.
There it is. Yep. Yeah, there has always been a tie-in with beer and sports. I mean, just always. I mean, our favorite commercials while watching sports have been throughout time beer commercials. Some of the most memorable commercials there are beer commercials. Right? What's that? The
A lot with all those. Speaking of Miller Lite, all those Miller Lite commercials
That was my
from the
next. Yep.
70s with all the former athletes.
Yep.
Yeah, those were yeah
Legendary. The
yeah
Miller Lite commercials, they're absolutely legendary. Now, you do have some of the legendary Coca-Cola commercials, of course. It does it feel like Coca-Cola? They don't really have like a real memorable commercial these days, like a real, I, nothing that stands out anyway. I can't think of anything that I've seen from Coke.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, not like some of those. I mean, the most famous one that I remember from when I was a kid. I'd like to teach the world to sing. Remember that
Yeah.
the song? Yeah. I can't really think of any others.
Yeah, there were
I don't think commercials have the impact that they once did as well.
no.
Because
Well, everything's so kind of washed down these days.
right, they're watered down. Yeah.
All the different. I know that watered down is not the right term. What do they call that?
Diluted.
Diluted. Yeah. With all the different networks, and there's just so many places to watch content. It's fragmented, right? There you go.
Yeah.
It's so like not that many people watch the same thing anymore, right? Yeah, it's completely. Anyway, I'm gonna start it out here with the beer that I'm having to drink here. Whoops, I need to stop this screen share and start a new one so I can show. Whoops, what happened to the stupid beer that I'm showing? Where did that screen go? I lost it. What happened to it? Oh, it was here the whole time. What? Why did?
Yeah. Yeah. The.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
This is a beer that was given to me. I had not had it before. Someone close to me that knows that I like beer thought that I might not have had a chance to try this, and they were absolutely right. It's a beer out of Barcelona, Spain. 69,000 total on here, 330 in the last 30 days. Of course, it's one of their big beers. I don't have that many Spanish beers in my repertoire.
Yeah.
But
which you made me think of something. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no,
No. Go ahead and show that, and then I'll say something.
So this is Moritz. It's original. It's a Pilsner out of Spain. 5.4% ABV, 25 IBUs, 3.02 bottle cap rating, which I consider pretty good for a big beer, out of Spain. Who would have told Louis Moritz, I guess?
Moritz, yeah.
Who came to Barcelona originally from Alaska. I have no idea. That more than 150 years later, his beer would become a symbol of the city, woven in with its culture, gastronomy, and history, without overlooking, of course, its taste and quality. Wow, that's pretty darn deep, isn't it? We'll show some photos of the beer just in case you don't get to see mine real good. I love that glass, actually. I'm going to have to get them. God damn it. They gave me the beer, but they didn't give me one of these glasses. I'll be talking to this person. Look it. They've got the glass too. Oh, man. Apparently, when you're in Spain, you get these glasses. And now I'm going to have to be on a hunt for this darn glass. Damn it. That's the can that I have. That can I will be showing you right now. That's the exact can I have. But I thought I'd show what the beer. Well, maybe one or two more looks at the beer. God, I love this glass.
Yeah.
Well, that's a cool glass. Anyway, I'll stop the screen share here, and here is mine. Now, as we know, these are 11.2 fluid ounce cans that we get, or 330 milliliters. So they're smaller than your standard American can. If you're comparing it to another 12 ounce, they're smaller. Let me get the invite and post that. I'm sorry, I'm late on posting the invite in the chat. But so let me crack it open, see if we get any smoke out of. Oh, got a little bit. I don't know if that came out on camera, but I'll pour this in the glass. I'm pouring it in my Hot Fest Albuquerque glass that I was also given when I used to live in Albuquerque. What it will now be next year, 10 years ago. Ain't that something, Bum? 10 years ago.
That's mind-blowing.
10 years ago, at the end of this month, the beginning of next month, it'll be 10 years. I mean, almost, right? To be super technical, I moved here in July, but that will start the 24. I like that I'm seeing in their pours, the cloudiness looked like it would be just part of the haze from a super chilled beer. No, there's an actual cloudiness to this beer. And you get that little bit of that funky hops, that European hops that you get. Hey, Tommy, how you doing, Tommy boy? How's it going?
I'm not doing very good. Shohei Ohtani wanted to sign with the Dodgers.
No, not that he wanted to. He did. 700.
Yeah. Oh, he did.
Yards.
Oof, dude, that's gonna be a nice game to go to. Watching Shohei at the mound.
$700 million for 10 years.
And that's just $700 million contract.
The biggest contract in the world.
And that's not even endorsements. So he's over $1 billion.
Oh, he's $1 billion player.
Easy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Easy. $70 million a year.
Tom, when you think about it, I don't know if you heard it before you jumped in. Betts, Freddie Freeman, Shohei, that's $1 billion.
Oh yeah. They're willing to spend. They're willing to not. The Red Sox used to be like that. They used to be willing to spend.
And you still got I can't for the life of me, I can't say that Japanese ball that pitcher out of Japan. I can't say his name. But the Dodgers are still in the hunt for him too.
Yeah. And the other guy signed too from the Padres. Yeah. He signed with somebody, didn't he?
Soto signed with, or he's supposed to sign with the Yankees.
Yeah, the Red Sox need to do something after the year they just had. They need to buckle up.
Yeah, for real. And the Red Sox are known for spending some money too. I think the problem is recently they haven't. I think they started cutting back.
Well, they just let their GM go, and he was kind of one of those players that wanted to. What do they call those players that you bring up?
Yeah, he liked to groom them out of the farm system and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. We had one of the best. I guess we have one of the best farm systems, maybe top 5 farm systems in the league. And he likes to get players that you don't have to pay much in the beginning, and then let them go and stuff like that. But you need to win now. It's about winning, not waiting.
What I love about the Red Sox is they're basically like a farm system for the Dodgers. I love that you keep trading. You groom them up and then you trade them to the Dodgers, and it works out really well for us. So you keep going.
You guys got Mookie Betts. Like, you guys stole Mookie Betts. You guys might as well have robbed the bank. He's like your top 2 player. He's probably he's probably your best player.
That was exciting news here today. Just a few hours ago. What's super cool about it is that Shohei himself broke it. It wasn't some reporter. Shohei himself broke it on his Instagram.
Yeah. The writing was on the wall, though. It was on the wall because he wanted to go to a team that wanted to win, and it was close to where he already lived.
Yeah.
And it was.
What's bigger than LA, baby? I mean, it really. I mean, if it wasn't going to be, LA, then it almost had to be something like a New York or a Boston. Yeah. I mean, it had to be one of the big boys. It had to be.
Well, you think though, Los Angeles has to give that 700 if somebody else is giving that 600 because the tax.
Toronto junk was a bunch of. Are you kidding me? I was like, Toronto.
Yeah.
What?
But the taxes in California are so insane that they have to offer more. So if a team in Boston is offering 600,000, they have to offer 700 in California because it's 20% tax.
He's already
right off the rip. But he's good.
He's used to that. He knows how to deal with it. He's got a guy.
Yeah, see,
he's got a guy.
That's another thing too. He's used to the state regulations, and he's like, all right, same guys, different team. Yeah. I'm gonna win, even better.
Slightly different freeway. He'll take a different exit.
Yeah,
not a big deal.
Oh, he's gonna look good in Dodger blue though.
Oh,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah. Have you not seen the photos of him in Dodger blue already? They
no
photoshopped instantly. Oh, instantly. I am looking forward to buying that jersey. Like I was telling Bum before you jumped in. Definitely going to at least one or two spring training games because, of course, the Dodgers are here for spring training.
Yeah.
Right here in Phoenix. And then I definitely have to go to at least one game in LA. I haven't been to a home game in LA since I was 11, 12, 13 years old.
I can imagine the ticket prices are going to skyrocket when he's pitching, dude. Holy shit.
Well, we're not going to see him pitch till 25, right? But
that's true.
At least next year, I just got to see the guy at least once. You know what I'm saying? I'll get a second mortgage. Whatever I got to do.
This is the reason they signed him because people know they want to see him.
Yeah,
right. They know they're willing to go there and pay a couple more extra dollars for a hot dog, pay a couple more extra dollars for a beer, a couple more extra dollars for a ticket,
bro,
just to see the guy.
Bro, I'm telling you, I seen the Dodgers this past spring training. It's going to be absolutely bananas. In just a couple of months. Spring training is in February?
Yeah.
I mean, it's around the corner. It's around the corner. For me, baseball starts in February. Yeah, pitchers and catchers, they have to report, I think, what is it, Bum? Mid-February?
Mid-February, yeah.
And just the aura he's going to bring to the team when you have a pitcher that can pitch and then bat up and hit a home run and go back to pitching, that's just unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
I mean, like we said, we won't see that part of it until
he has to what do you mean until 2025? He has to go a whole season before he can pitch and hit.
He just had surgery.
Oh.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, he just had.
That's worth it. That's worth it, though. That's worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. In the meantime, he's a badass hitter, and you got everybody that plays this has to worry about Mookie, Freeman, Shohei.
Yeah. What do you think? Shohei probably bat fourth?
Yeah, some people are thinking that he might he might bat third. Or he might bat first, even. He might bat leadoff.
I don't know. I'd put him at fourth. You know what I mean? The chance, maybe you get bases loaded or a couple people on base.
Well,
and ding one out, fourth. You know what I mean?
Right now, the cat that they had batting third, and these things do change every year. But the Dodgers did announce that Mookie was officially going to play second base. So they had been putting him in at second base every now and then this past season, but this season, he's definitely playing second base. So I don't know exactly who they're going to put out there in right field.
Well, you think they sign a big contract like that? Someone obviously has to let some people go. It's not a big, you know what I mean? Like it's kind of the name of the game.
Mm-hmm.
someone when you play on a team, you see someone get signed really big from another team. You're like, all right, someone's getting moved, someone's getting traded.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's usually how it works, right? Baseball.
I'm just looking forward to seeing how Roberts is one of the best managers in baseball. He just is. I know that we didn't look that good in the postseason this year, but my God, man, Roberts is. I love him as a manager. He's another Lasorda to me. Like Lasorda was great, and he was just. I think Roberts is not quite a Lasorda, for Christ's sake. Lasorda is legendary, but Roberts is heading that way, man. I mean, the guy is one of the best managers in baseball.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing how he manages this lineup.
So Shohei's going to hit and not pitch, right? Is that what you're saying? Mm-hmm. Okay, so maybe that might be a good thing because maybe Shohei, can dial himself up a little bit.
Yeah,
get a little better at hitting.
Focus on one thing, and he's amazing.
That's gonna be cool.
He's amazing. It's pretty cool. In any
case, I'm sorry, but he's what 6'5" or something like that. He's a big Japanese.
6'4".
There's not many Japanese men that tall.
He's a big dude.
He towers. He walks around Japan. He towers everybody.
Look, the roommate already knows. The minute I told her that they signed him and it's a done deal, he's wearing Dodger blue. Oh boy, goes all. Boy.
I knew when I heard that, I was like, Joe's gonna make a polo pretty soon.
Yeah, she just was. Oh boy, I'm gonna get she said I'm gonna get the wall ready. The wall that's behind this green screen. She's like, yeah, I'll just get it ready. I already know. She already knows. So my man crush, I will for the first time ever have a man crush on a Japanese man. I will have the biggest Japanese man crush you've ever seen in your life.
Well, you got two man crushes, Aaron Donald and Shohei Ohtani, right?
Those are the biggest ones. Yeah. Those are the biggest man crushes. Yeah, there's also room for Cooper Kupp and for the new rookie the Rams got too. Yeah, he's.
Yeah, you want to see Joe blush? Put him in a room with one of them, and he'll blush real quick.
It was pretty cool because at least I got to see Puka. Got to see Puka this year, so a couple weeks ago, got to see him. So that was pretty cool, man. He's a damn good rookie. I don't know if you got him in fantasy, but God,
Cooper Kupp was hurt. I wanted to get him, but there's a waiver wire on the fantasy, so it's like it goes by 1 to 12, and I tried to get him, but somebody picked him up, and I got screwed on that.
Okay, let me tie this back into the stupid beer I'm having. So, I don't know if you've had this. This was given to me. It's a Barcelona beer, Barcelona, Spain.
Barcelona is beautiful.
Yeah, I've not been there either, but I would one of these days. That'll be on my list for sure. Since 1856, this beer. Let me tell you. You get a little bit on the nose. You get a little bit of that European hop funk. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of that.
A little zing.
Yeah, a little bit. But it's on the taste, on the palate, it's pretty mellow. And it's just overall kind of lemon citrusy.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's really good. It was rated 3 bottle caps on Untapped. I would give it a little more. I would, just because they have it rated at 3, I think I would give it a 3.25.
Now, food pairings, what would you eat with it? First thing that comes to mind.
First thing that comes to mind, tell you the truth, is a really big, juicy, fat quarter-pound hot dog.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. Do adults.
Just a good grilled hot dog, old school bun, hot dog, mustard. Shut up, put it in your mouth, right? Yep. And then wash it down with some of this stuff. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Right? What do you think? What do you think, Bum?
You had me curious. I looked on my Untapped. The only Spanish beer I've ever tried and I don't even know if you count this. It's Dara, which is the gluten-free.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I have not had a real beer from Spain yet. When you said Spain, it made me wonder instantly because you saw my quote unquote milestone last week on Untapped.
yeah.
My newest one that I didn't realize I was so close to 50. My new goal is 50 beer from 50 different countries. I checked
Wow.
a beer from Nicaragua a couple weeks ago, and I got the badge showing that I had them from 40 different countries. I got 3 more in my fridge. One from Croatia, I think.
Oh,
One from Montenegro, and one from something else that begins with an M. But so that makes it 43. Macedonia.
oh,
Holy crap.
So I will eventually have 43. And so yeah, my goal is 50 different countries now.
Now, it would be interesting if you could complete a continent and then move on to the next continent.
Well, I've completed North America.
Yeah, that's pretty easy, right?
And I've completed the continent of Australia as well.
Yeah. Okay. So that.
Or like South America, you got Brazil, Argentina, you got all those other countries.
Yeah, Europe. I mean, Europe's a toughie, man. There's
Europe and Africa and South America would be the hardest.
Africa would be the toughest, right?
Oh
Because
yeah. That would be impossible, I think.
There's probably more beer being brewed in Europe than Africa, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like Europe is more beer out there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I would think so.
Yeah.
I would think so. Without
the tricky part is finding it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Finding it here.
Yeah. Finding it here. Right. Yeah.
Well, I can find some Portuguese beers out here if you haven't had Portugal.
This Bane.
I might be able to.
This beer should be available if you just keep an eye out for it. But I tell you, man, I'd buy. This is definitely going back to my super old school saying, this is if you got to have one, you got to have 6 beer right here, man.
Easy, right? Yeah.
I'd give this 2 thumbs. I mean, this is a drink all day beer, man. 5.4%. I mean, it's a freaking. I'd drink this all day. I love that like lemony citrus flavor.
Yeah.
What are you drinking, Tom? And then I'll show this bottle that I've got over my head.
I haven't had this in a little while, but it's the Mad Elf.
Oh,
Trogs.
Trogs, yeah.
It's their holiday ale brewed with cherries and honey. It is coming at 11%. Just spicy Belgian. Not too shabby.
Yeah.
Goes down very nice. Has that nice little Belgian-esque to it.
I'm sorry.
Nothing crazy. It's the Mad Elf.
Mad Elf, yeah, okay.
Yeah. You can tell the Mad Elf has had a couple too many.
Yeah.
They go down a little too easy. I'm not gonna lie.
Very good.
It's not amazing, but it's good.
Almost so close to 400,000. I'm just going to call it 400,000 basically. 176,000 uniques. 2,700 in the last 30 days. Tell me this ain't a popular beer. 11% ABV, 15 IBUs, 3.83 bottle cap rating. I think that's low for that beer. I think that beer deserves more than that. But to tell you the truth, with those kind of numbers, that is a 4.
That's pretty high for that many people.
Yeah, for that many, especially that uniques. That's a 4 beer. That's a 4 beer.
I was just having this discussion with a buddy of mine yesterday. We're both in agreement. You know what? I have tried again to enjoy Mad Elf, and I cannot get into that beer. I just cannot. I've had it at least 6 times, at least. over the last 15 years.
What doesn't do it for you? What
just the general taste of it. I don't know.
Is it the cherry? That is it kind of. I can see what you're saying. Because I drank the first one. It wasn't really up to temperature enough, and I didn't like the first one. Then I threw it in the refrigerator and kind of cooled it more, and then I actually liked it. But then it's honestly, it's not the best beer ever. But I'm drinking it because I paid $18 for like 6 of them at $20. So I'm like, I'm gonna drink them because I paid for them. But I like it. I think it's pretty good.
I got a couple cans, I think, in a variety 12-pack a few years ago, possibly.
Oh, they do. I didn't even realize they did cans.
Oh yeah. They've been Trogs. Trogs has been canning for a long time now, and Mad Elf you can get in cans and bottles. I'm sure, Joe, it wouldn't take too many scrolls down there to.
Oh, boom!
There you go.
I have literally never seen it in cans. That's crazy. Well, you're from Pennsylvania. They're from This is Pennsylvania, right?
Right.
Yeah. So you guys,
away from me.
You guys, you get it as fresh as possible.
Oh, I love that glass. See that? I love that. Like, what do you call that? Is that a modern pint, or what? What do you call that glass? See how it's got a little bit more of a wide stature, still kind of short but wider, so you're still getting 20 ounce or 22 ounce glass.
It's very stout, right? The glass is very stout.
Yeah, super.
I don't know.
I love that glass, man.
Ooh, nice Guinness glass like that.
Yeah, that was cool too. Yeah, I believe
the old one.
I don't have that exact one, but I have one similar to that, but not that exact one. Not that same exact one. But yeah, pretty cool, man. Yeah, that I wasn't aware they canned it either, but I've not had a lot of Trogs in my life. I have had the privilege of trying that one time. But check this glass out too, Tom. What do you think about this stupid glass for this beer? Look at that.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's like what's the name of that brand? There's a brand that makes glasses like that all the time.
Oh yeah. You're talking about the one that's owned by
the gold, right? The gold rim.
Oh, the Mexican beer, right?
I don't know. I know there's like there's gold on the top. It's like a Belgian beer.
Oh, yeah. No, okay, that's the big one that is owned. It's the one owned by Budweiser, isn't it?
I think so. I'm not sure.
It's kind of everywhere. Like a lot of
yeah. You get it anywhere.
Yeah, I think that's why. I think it's like owned by InBev, if I'm not mistaken. I think I know which one you're talking about.
It's kind of like more like a little rounded off, not as like open on the top, but then it has like that golden rim on the top.
Yeah, I've seen that glass, and I know who you mean, and I cannot.
Yeah, it's like a red label, and then it has It's definitely like a Belgian. It's a Belgian beer, but it's it's like on the tip. Don't you hate that when you think of something it's on the tip of your tongue?
It has a particular tap handle too.
Oh yeah, it's like white, and then it has like a
yes.
Isn't that crazy how we all know what we're talking about? We don't know the name. Isn't that crazy how that works?
I think it on your head too, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I got it. Boom. Stella.
Hey, Stella!
Oh, see, now I wasn't thinking Stella. I was thinking of higher in Belgium.
Stella!
Yeah, Stella was not what I was thinking of.
That's the glass. You've all seen the Stella glass.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, you know what? I bet you I have one over here in this cabinet. I've never used it. Some of the glasses that I have that I don't really want to use because I think they're really nice. I have in this one particular cabinet. I might have one of those, and I never use it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why. I'll get to this beer real quick, and then we'll get to Billy D. Speaking of expensive beer, Tom, this is one of them. This is definitely one of them here.
Oh, you drinking this now?
If you want me to, I will.
If it's me, If you have, oh man, I would tell you to drink an Il Rare and let that thing sit for a little bit. But if you want to drink it,
Yeah. So this is the 2023. This is the Bourbon County Stout Angel's Envy. I have gone through, if you guys knew the amount of junk I have gone through, I've got 2 bottles of this right now.
oh, you have 2 bottles of it.
Yeah, I got 2 bottles. So it's if you want me to
Oh
crush
man,
one, I will.
hey, that's a drinking now. Then that's this.
So we're at 15.5% ABV on this bad boy, on this bad Larry, like Tom likes to say. $40. $40 for this beer. Anybody down for, well, obviously it is, or you'd all have it. But $40 for this copy right here.
I say drink it, Joe. If you have 2 of them, you gotta do it now or later, right?
Yeah, you got to do it.
You gotta do one now, because it's obviously good now. People are drinking it now, and this ain't. It's real good. So I can imagine maybe 6, 7, 8, maybe same time next year, it'll be real good again.
Let me look it up real quick. Let me do my due diligence. And
I found it at a second place this past week. They were
No way.
$56 for it.
Oh my god!
They were charging more. Wow,
what bastards!
I went through a bunch of stuff, but by the time I got to it, at least they were just charging regular retail. They didn't market. Yeah. All the steps I had to go through to get 2 of them, and hopefully I'll get another one tomorrow. That's still a solid maybe. Kind of depends on what I taste now. But to tell you the truth, there's part of me that's like, I'm kind of good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went through so much crap to get it. I did get 2 of them. Part of me is like, I'm kind of good.
You might, like you said though, you might drink this one and be like, damn, this is real good. I might have to. I might have to have one that can last 3 years, 4 years.
You know what? We okay. Even if it's not Bourbon County, because some of the special editions of Bourbon County, the 2-year and all these other things they've done in the past, the double char and all these other versions, the variants they've done, have gone for serious money, right? More than $40 a bottle. I've paid, I feel like 72 is the most I've paid for a bottle of Bourbon County. I feel like if it wasn't last year, it was the year before. I've paid 67 for a bottle and 72, I believe, for one of those. I think that the 30th anniversary that was an expensive one, man. It cost
they had them for 40 this year at my place. They might have been more money last year. Maybe they had leftovers and they were trying to get rid of them.
Let me answer Leon real quick. I drive trucks. I'm a trashy truck driver, man.
Yeah.
That's what I do for a living. So let me get to the Untapped real quick, and then I'll crack this open. I got no problem with it, of course. So 2,000 total on here. 2,062 to be exact. 1,988 uniques. So of that, you can do the math real quick in your head. There is a few people that logged it in twice. Either they bought more than one bottle or they logged the same bottle twice. But 2,058 in the last 30 days. So, which is, those numbers are a little skewed. Well, some people did get it 2 weeks early. Some people got it 2 weeks early, so that could be a reason for that. 15.5% ABV, 4.49 bottle cap rating, man. Whoo, man. A very short description here. Imperial Stout aged in Angel Envy's bourbon barrels, then finished in Ruby Port wine barrels. That's the part that does it for most people. Is that for most people, I ain't going to say most. That's not fair. Some people like port wine. I'm not
I
a
love.
wine connoisseur. I'm not a wine guy. Some people like port, and so that made this particular beer very, very desirable.
You've had port, right? Like port wine.
I don't know,
Oh,
honest.
port wine. Oh, port wine's not wine. It's fortified wine. So basically, they'll. It started from Portugal. They'll stop fermenting the wine, and then they'll bring that wine to a certain point where there's still sugars, and then um, they'll add what do they add to it? What alcohol is that? Not rum, not bourbon, not. They add damn, I'm going brain dead right now.
Gin, tequila.
No,
Hmm. You're thinking of spirit? Is it a
it's a
spirit?
spirit. It's a spirit.
Gin, tequila.
Well, they add a spirit into the wine when there's still sugar still there, so it's like a sweet wine.
Oh,
It's like a thicker sweet wine. Oh, you would love port.
oh.
There's a ton of port in this area. I forget
There,
the name of the freaking.
there's people that go nuts over it. Anyway, so I'll get to it, man. I'll pour this bad Larry and we'll get to it. I've got a local beer glass here, Greenwood Brewery, just because I like the particular glass. So I'll give you the open box experience. Try not to tear the box.
Do we gotta pay extra?
Yeah. You know what? People are paying, and Bum would know this. People are paying, God, I want to say it's $20 just for the damn box.
My
Yeah.
No
God.
kidding.
Empty.
Good
Yeah.
Lord.
So when you open the box, you get to see they put some nice detail on the inside and the top of the box. They better do something, right? For $40, right? They better do something. So you open this lat, here, and then you pull the beer out. Okay, and there we are. From here, it's a pretty standard Bourbon County, right? Just a different label and so forth, right? Um, it gives you all the information on the bottle, and it does have quite a bit of information on the box itself, right? Not quite like prop. Prop. I love the way they on prop they give you all the tasting notes for all the variants that have come before it. God, one of these days, I'm telling you, Tom, I'm really thinking about it for next year. That would be it'd be kind of cool to go out there for it. Okay,
Yeah.
focus. I got to focus. Here we go. So I've got my snake bite bottle opener. I don't even know if these people are still in business or not, but their bottle opener lives on. Another look at the cap while it's still intact here. Let me try to get that so it's not so reflective. You can see that pretty standard Bourbon County bottle.
Joe, they add brandy. That's what's added to it. Brandy's added to it's unfermented wine, and then it's like fortified wine.
Here we go. We'll see if we get smoke out of this bad boy. Oh, did you see that little puff of smoke? Not nothing too crazy. Now, there's the inside of the cap for those of us that care about that sort of thing. I kind of do. And then here we go. Here's the pour. Ooh, did you see that smoke pour in there?
Ooh, it's like mahogany.
Look at that. Look how thick that is. Okay. Going for a short pour here.
Hey, Joe, I got a glass. Can you pour some of mine? Come on.
I have to get a photo of this, of course. You know what I'm saying? This is must do here. Okay. Got the photo. So here there's not a whole lot different when it comes to dark BS. But what you can see is that nice reddish hue. Do you see that on the edges?
Yeah.
And I am rolling this around really heavy, man. This is a heavy. This already feels like a medium to heavily bodied beer. You know what I'm saying? It has weight. When you're rolling it around, you're holding it back. Look at that sucker.
And the original is what, 14.3?
Yeah, something like that.
So it definitely added from the barrel.
And I've had the original. You guys seen me have it. But you can see on the edges there's that reddish hue. Oh man. Yeah. That must be that port, right? That must be what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, dude. It's like
I feel like I'm getting cherry in there for some reason. Like I feel like
oh yeah. You're getting fruits, a lot of dark fruits.
big fruit, man. Big fruit. My God, yeah, and like, yeah, I'm glad you said brandy because yeah, you're getting like a. It smells like fruity wine. It does,
Mm.
and then in the back of that, you're getting bourbon, and you're still getting some vanilla and some of those caramels. Oh my
Mm. And I'll be honest, you'd probably love port wine if you tried port wine. You'd probably love it.
Going in, kids. Salute. Oh.
Oh. Holy shit.
Oh man. Okay. Do you see what happened to my glass?
Yeah, it's empty.
Look at the there is
The glaze almost.
Yeah, all over that glass, wherever that beer was at.
Yeah, that's definitely that port.
And now there's some legs coming down off of the edges. I don't know if you can see that kind of detail, if it's that kind of resolution. I'll tell you what, man. No charge. That was effing smooth, brother. Oh my God.
You kept sipping. I was like, all right, he's not gonna drink a whole thing. And then yep.
That was, well, you know me, man. You know I am.
Oh yeah.
That was, oh my God. Okay, we'll sip this one here. We'll sip this one. We'll do another one here. God,
How long has it been out of the refrigerator by any chance?
The whole time we've been on air.
Oh, all right, so it's been a while.
The whole time we've been on air, but it's definitely still cold to the cheek. Still cold. Like not just chilled, but cold. I can always test things by putting it, you know what I'm saying? Because it.
Yeah.
It's
just like cans and stuff. You can put it against your face. If it stays cold while it's on your face and doesn't go lukewarm, you know it's ready.
Yeah. This is still. There's still some yet to be. Just I'll tell you what, Tom. I can't tell anybody what to do with their money. But I am. Things that I really like, or I have a feeling I'm really going to like, I don't mind spending money on. I know that these special variants so far have not disappointed. The special ones that they have, the 2 years and 30th and the double char and all these variants they've had that have been a little more and a little harder to get. Man, they've all been worth it. They've just, that's the reason we get them. That's the way idiots like me stand in line to get them there and go through all. And you two know all the stuff that I've been through to get this beer. I wouldn't say that what I went through was worth it. Had I been able to get it on Black Friday, that part of it would have been worth it. All the extracurricular wasn't necessarily worth it, but I'm glad.
It's like when you work for your money. It feels better. You worked for it, so it feels a little bit better.
Oh, I tell you what, as it's warming up, man, that mixture of God, okay, you're getting like that fruit. You're definitely getting. I have not had port, but from what you're telling me and stuff, that fruitiness, and it feels like when you're eating a chocolate covered cherry. You know how they have that little I don't know, juice or whatever that is inside there, and you're biting the chocolate and you're getting that. It has that kind of note to it. Yeah. Oh, and it's sweet. It has that nice sweetness. Oh,
Yeah.
just an absolute freaking pleasure. Oh my God. Yeah.
No, the next thing, Joe, is I would say next time you go to like a liquor store or something like that, ask them, get yourself a nice ruby port so you can kind of like differentiate and see the flavors that you get out of it. I'm telling you right now, you'll love it.
Nemo, I'm gonna tell you right now, the off of Warner Road on the 10 in Tempe, that Total Wine still has them. You have to go to a manager. You have to ask the manager for them. They have the Angel's Envy and they have the Eagle. If you have not got them yet, they still have them. But you have to ask a manager for them, and then they'll go to the back and get you one. My God, this is, yeah. What's fantastic is I at least have two, so I can have one a few years from now.
Yeah.
I save bottles like that for special occasions. If one of you Bobos happens to come visit, you're going to have some of this. You know, you're going to have, if you come to this house, if you come, Pat, you come
what time is it?
You come on this roof, you're going to have, Pat's left here high as a kite. Not high, but I mean, feeling pretty, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't mess around. I will whip out all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's that's what that is for. You know what I'm saying? Special friends, special company, all that sort of thing. That's when you whip out the good stuff, right?
And it's always nice when you know, like I think you said last week, you gave a beer to somebody, they didn't really like it, the Bourbon County. It's always nice when you know that person appreciates it. Yes. It makes the money you spent in the experience even that much better.
Oh yeah, it's an absolute treat when Pat comes over. It's fun because you guys know Pat, and when he comes over, it's fun. It's because. And we'll geek out. And me and Pat can geek out on a bunch of stuff because we both know photography. We both know beer, and and then barbecue, of course. And Pat, he's a little bi. I'm not gonna put him out there like that, but he likes putting my meat in his mouth.
his mouth salivates for you, me.
Yeah. And of course, that's exactly where Vega went too. Yeah, Vega went there too. Yeah. Now he also did cognac. Could it be cognac or is it brandy?
I know it's brand. I mean, I know it's brandy, but there could be different ones with cognac.
Oh,
but I know specifically out of Portugal they do brandy.
I'm going to get to Billy D now. I'm telling you what. There is my dog's whining over here. And you know what, Tom? As this is warm, you know what's funny is that what I'm seeing on the edges, on the rim, on the edges of the beer where it meets the glass, is almost the exact same color as that label.
Yeah,
almost. Is that the color of port? Is that?
Oh yeah, ports are a very rich red color, and that's the same. That's when you like the Utopias and stuff. That's what they age. They age the barrels in the beer in. Cognac is from cognac. Yeah, right. He's correct.
It's similar to mezcal and tequila, right?
Yeah.
Right. The same thing as whiskey and bourbon, right? Like all these particular rules, if it's not in a certain
region. But if you're in Portugal, you're making brandy, it's not cognac, right? Technically. You have to be in the region of cognac to make the cognac, right?
Cognac. Yeah.
All
these particular rules again, yeah.
Yeah.
So, let's get to Billy D. I want to hear what he thinks about all these stupid rules. And all these fancy beers, spending money like that. Well, what does Billy V think about all this?
And does she like cognac?
Oh, you mentioned. Oh, light on. You mentioned Portuguese beer. Billy
Yes.
didn't realize he's got a Portuguese beer on hand.
Oh, really?
This is going to bring back memories, guys. Shout out to Rui.
Oh,
Super Bock. There you go.
Yeah. We all had. Oh, absolutely, yeah. And shout out to him. He has a well, not a brand new, but I think she's 2 years old at this point. But he has a kid now too, and a little bit less cycle riding in his IG these days.
Oh, okay. He's still around on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
You keep up. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, yeah. He'll still message me, and he'll either message me on here or on here, meaning YouTube, or he'll DM me sometimes. We'll DM back and forth. Hey, how's it going? How you been? This and that. Love your barbecue. He'll tell me. You know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, it's better than them freaking snails. If you remember he eats like. Remember we talked about. I don't know if you real quick. I don't know if you remember, but we talked about it. And when we go to a pub here, a bar, we will typically get a bunch of wings, right? It's pretty typical for Americans. Over there, it's pretty typical for them to get a bunch of snails.
Yeah. It's escargot.
I'm like, nah, me? Are you kidding me? Nah,
Oh, dude, snails are good.
Yeah.
Oh man, you get a toothpick and you pick them out and you eat them with a little hot sauce. Oh, you're ready to go.
Not
telling you, they're good.
Not happening. No.
Yeah, Joe. If you don't eat sea bugs, I would automatically assume you would not eat land bugs.
Exactly right. Yeah. That's just not. Yeah.
So tonight's malt liquor, we got another used to be. And speaking of things which you didn't realize came in a can, got another Sammy Klaus in the can.
Oh, wow.
This is from, I believe this is from 3 years ago. And that was the only year that I ended up seeing it in a can. So I took.
Is that a 12-ounce can?
No, this is a. No, this is impossible. It says 1.0.9 fluid ounces. That's impossible. This is not 1 pint.
That's a 16-ounce can?
No, that can't be correct.
It can't be.
That looks like a 12. The way you're holding it looks like a 12-ounce can.
It's like it's a skinny can, 330 milliliters. So
that's like a Red Bull can.
It's 330 milliliters, right? So it's an 11.2 ounce can.
11.2. Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Same as a Super Bock, because that's what it comes in the bottles, but it looks a lot smaller than that to me.
Yeah, it looks like a Red Bull can.
Yeah. But anyway, oddly enough, the can did not say malt liquor on it this particular.
I'll be right back. Sorry.
Year.
God damn it! No malt liquor. They're moving away from it, right?
Well, this was from 2020, and remember the one last year that you found. When you found the 21, and I found it as well.
I actually have a couple left. I'm actually glad I bought them because it's a beer that can definitely age.
Yeah. I think they're phenomenal. So for whatever reason, I think it was the end of 2020 these turned up, and I don't know if it was pandemic related or what, but I eventually did later on. Like I said, Pittsburgh's a year or two behind on getting these, and as far as year wise, and like a year later, the 2020s turned up. I think at the end of 21 in bottles.
I think I've seen them very briefly. Maybe one place. Did I see them when I tried to get them for you? or was that
was
that was the bottles?
I can't remember if there was cans or not.
I think I've seen cans in one other place. I do love the. It's an excellent.
Of course, going with proper glassware.
Proper glassware.
Yep.
Now, does it taste better in the proper? Do you feel like it tastes better in the glassware because it's more of an experience?
Hey.
It's more of an experience, right? It's like
you feel better at least, right?
When you're drinking it in the proper glassware with the pinky out, and it's this type of glassware,
right?
The small helpings make you appreciate it more, and it makes you. It's a sipper, and this kind of makes you want to sip it to make it last longer.
I will say, Tom, with that kind of glassware, it is okay to have pinky fully erect to counterbalance, right?
Yeah.
You need that balancing of that particular glassware right there,
because the hand weighs more than the mug, and then you got yeah.
In that particular situation, I think it is completely acceptable. No points off man card for that. That is completely within regulation. That's within man card regulation right there.
To answer Nemo's, what's that?
That was like a video review from upstairs, right?
Yeah. There was no flag thrown on that, but just that was one of those. We're talking to the coach on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to deflect the red flag being thrown there, bum. That's all I'm saying. We're just letting them know. We're just letting them know right off the bat before you even attempt Vega to throw a red flag. That's completely acceptable within the rules.
Right, and the product itself is acceptable too, just like as much as Vega's Colt 45s that he drinks every night.
Yeah,
this is they used to be.
If we have to throw what do you call that when you throw the numbers, the regulation numbers and all that? There's what do you call that when you throw if we have to throw some regulation numbers out there, we will. The article numbers. If we have to throw articles out there, we'll throw them. We can back it up.
So to answer Nemo's question, yeah, even on the most recent ones I've had from 2021, it's still advertised as just being brewed on December 6th every year. Only December 6th.
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh, yeah, it's only brewed once a year.
Really?
Brewed on one day, apparently.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they must have brewed a shit ton then.
It must be like 20. What? Okay. I wish we had an actual number on how much they brew, because I would love to go. Who has the over under on how much they actually brew on that day?
You could probably figure that out.
How many?
They probably have.
You know what I'm saying? Is it a 24-hour brew session? Is a normal brew session for them 8 hours? Did they brew it 12 hours that day? You know what I'm saying? Like, how much extra do they go? Because we've all heard of Sammy Klaus.
Yeah.
And to brew it in different packaging and stuff like that. Bottle it.
Oh, they probably have people working 12-hour shifts. They probably boom, 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 and then one person flips over, next person comes in, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
I imagine they're going crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of the mystery, is part of the whole appeal of it,
Right.
Yeah. So we got, we got some last minute breaking news here. We may have to bump a few things.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's something.
I'll leave this up to you, Joe. Jay Vega was threatening all week to post a video for Coach.
Oh, that's right.
Now I thought based on the one video this week that video was what he was talking about, because he does mention Coach in the one video, kind of. But apparently that wasn't the video. He did one and just obviously intentionally uploaded it just now and let us know that he uploaded it.
Yeah.
The man who doesn't watch the show.
Right.
I'll leave it up to you, Joe. This is going to be as new to you as it is to me.
Well, we can't really confirm that he actually watches the show. He might have the show playing, but listens to the show. He didn't say that
Yeah,
he
he didn't
doesn't
say he didn't listen to it.
listen to the show. He could perhaps play it
Yeah,
on his phone and listen to the show.
yeah. Well, I will just say, I think you're going to find this quite interesting. Like I said, well, and there we go. Speaking of, earlier, I didn't listen to it, but I kind of watched it. I kind of zipped the bar through to see, and I think just based on the visuals, I think you're going to find this quite amazing.
Well, we've got to roll tape.
Okay. All right, we're going to let her rip here. I have no idea what he's going to say in the video, so any views expressed by Jay Vega here are not necessarily those of
what happened here?
or the Share a Beer show. So here we go. We're heading in blind.
Wait, where'd Joe go?
Oh, he was so excited he
went blind.
I booted myself again. Good Lord.
He's going blind.
That Bourbon County's kicking in.
Yeah, right. Exactly. One of these days, I'll learn how to host this show, and I won't get itchy trigger finger here. Itchy trigger finger. Good Lord.
Vegas says don't play it.
If he's telling us not to play it, now we've got to play it, right, Tom? You know how that works. That's basically his version of reverse psychology. Yeah, don't play it. Really?
Okay, so if he's telling us don't play it, he obviously heard us say we're going to play it, so he's listening to the show.
He's watching the show. Yeah, he's messing with us.
No. We don't know that he's watching. I'm actually giving him an out here, Tom. I
wrong video.
Oh,
sorry.
Okay.
Wrong video.
Foul on the play.
Yeah, Ken Rosenthal's instant reaction to Shohei Ohtani's. We can't actually play that without getting flagged.
Oh, MLB, we're on our ass.
That was the next video that came up after Vega's video ended. So I'm glad that one came up and not another one based on my algorithm.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
There's a few that I can think of that could have potentially come up that it would have been.
It would have been risky business.
It wouldn't have been anything that might have potentially been anything about you perhaps on a recliner, would it?
No.
Okay. Let's see. So here we go.
Is that how you guys do it on a recliner?
We will not. We cannot confirm or deny, sir.
All right.
So
open-ended.
Playing.
All right, Coach. I am a man of my word, and I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do. I got this here craft beer.
Oh boy.
Purple Haze.
Raspberry
lager.
Damn, I haven't had that forever.
Yeah, haven't we? Yeah.
6 12-ounce glass containers. I told you I would drink at least 40 ounces. And I will give you my unbiased, honest opinion. It's craft beer. You know it's a craft beer because it says it.
Yeah. Oh!
Right there.
Oh! Here we go. Okay, Coach.
Look at this, Coach. Perfect timing.
Have you been watching already? Have you been hearing what we're leading up to, or no?
His connection, I think, is a little wavy.
Doesn't sound like it. Well, Coach is in a hotel right now. We kind of know that. Coach isn't from home. As you can see, he's cheers from Cali. So Coach is in Cali. He's in a hotel. As Bum knows for sure, Bum's been in plenty of hotel rooms and knows that they, as well.
Yeah, they're inconsistent.
Yeah.
Unless you have your own hotspot, it's not really going to work.
The 2 years that I lived in a hotel, as you guys know, I paid for their higher tier, if you will. Most hotels offer that. Since I lived there, I did, and that's how I was able to host the show for so long, out of the hotel. And I think I still have problems every once in a while, but actually not too often. It really wasn't too. What's funny, because now that I'm I have high speed internet and all this stuff. I got a big ass pipe coming in and out of this house, baby. But I still seem to have problems every once in a while, right? Like, even with my big ass pipe, baby, I made sure the pipe.
It's
baby. I made sure.
You pay for these big back pipes, and you get like a quarter. You get a quarter of it. You get a quarter of it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, honestly, you get 20-25% of that big ass pipe. That's why your pipe needs to be as big and maximum as possible.
Yeah. So you're going to keep your pipes lubricated, and you'll be good.
You got to keep them greased up, baby. That's for sure.
Jesus.
I was doing that to my dispatcher yesterday. I was giving him the voice, and he was like,
no.
I really didn't want to before, but now he says, I'm too goddamn curious, man. I really want to. He says, you hearing the voice. He said,
oh, you want to know, baby? You want to know?
Yeah.
What time you get off of work, baby?
Can you hear us, Coach?
Oh, man. Hey, Coach.
Yeah, I can hear you. I just got crap internet right now.
Good. We're good.
All right, we're good. So, did you hear everything leading up? Did you hear the video we were playing from Vega and everything else that we were leading up to it? No?
Oh, he's brand new.
No.
You jumped in right at the right time. Vega's got a video made just for you. And we're watching we're watching it for the first time.
Hell yeah, let's check it out.
Do us a favor, Coach. Tell us about your beer. Tell us where you're at as much as you want. And then we're going to get into this Vega that is about this video from Vega that is about you.
I'm outside of LA, Moreno Valley area. I know Joe knows where it's at. But I got this 394. It's a pale ale. I love it. It's a dedication to Tony Gwynn. If you don't know who Tony Gwynn is, one of the best pure hitters in all of baseball for the Padres.
Yeah, absolutely. Hall of Famer. Absolutely.
Yeah, so he's got his signature on the back. I'm assuming he did this collab with them, obviously, before he passed, unless the estate took care of it. But, yeah, it's just a dedication to him. Ale Smith is a big brewery out of San Diego, so it just works. It's malty as hell. It's smooth. It's 6%, so it gives a little description about him in the back and stuff. So it's just a good collab, and you can't find that in Idaho. So every time I'm here, that's my go-to.
Good, sounds good. All right, we're gonna get into this video. We're gonna play it. We'll rewind the tape. Here we go.
All right, Coach. I am a man of my word, and I'm going to do what I said I was going to do. I got this here craft beer. Purple Haze. Raspberry Lager. 6 12-ounce glass containers. I told you I would drink at least 40 ounces. And I will give you my unbiased, honest opinion. It's craft beer. You know it's a craft beer because it says it right there on the label. Good God. What the fuck am I doing? What is this shit about? Get it where I can read it. Purple Haze Raspberry Lager. Clouds of real raspberries swirl in this tart and tantalizing lager, brewed with Pilsner and wheat malts along with Vanguard hops. Let the scent of berries in this hazy purple brew take your taste buds on a harmonious journey
Oh,
inspired by the good vibes and free spirit of New Orleans.
yes. Yes.
Abita Brewing Company, Abita Springs, Louisiana.
Amen.
4.2% alcohol by volume.
4.2? Really?
I
That's
went
old.
low
That's old school.
because I'm probably going to have to drink a shit.
Now, I have to pause it for just a second. Look, Abita Purple Haze. Oh, my goodness. 12 years ago, this was a beer I think we all looked for. I think we all tried to have Purple Haze on this
Yeah.
probably 12, 13 years ago, honestly. It was one of those beers that we all try to get. I feel like 12, 13 years ago was that window of time when we were trying to find different Abita beers. Why? Because Abita was more of the session brewery. We didn't necessarily know it at that time. Abita was that brewery that would brew a purple haze. At that time, they would brew different styles of beer. They would brew bombers of beer that were special variants and they were very affordable. I think beer prices were going up at that time, and Abita was that brewery. If correct me if I'm wrong, but Abita was that brewery at that time when you could still get a $5-6 bomber of their really decent beer, and they were still, the bombers were 6-7%, maybe some were 5%. I don't remember any Abita beers being over 7%. They were mostly a session brewery. Nothing necessarily made you write home to mama, but they were all pretty decent. No, Tom, do you?
And they have 6-packs. His 6-packs are really cheap.
Yeah,
They're like $8 a 6-pack. And honestly, Purple Haze isn't that bad. It's probably a good beer for him to start.
Bum,
If he's going to start.
Who was our friend from Louisiana that used to jump in on the show and then unfortunately had an alcohol problem and is no longer on the show with us?
Is that
with us, but no longer.
Skylar?
No, Skylar was in Houston.
AJ.
No,
AJ.
No.
I remember watching a guy a beer reviewer from New Orleans a lot.
He wasn't a home brewer or anything like that, but he was in the AJ and Skylar days.
Yeah,
I think I know what you're talking about, but
he was from Southern Louisiana, and he was our Abita expert, if you will, because he was from down there.
Yeah, I don't remember him.
Brandon, something like that.
Well, Brandon turned up on the show a couple years ago briefly.
Yes.
Brandon, I don't think stopped drinking. He just stopped appearing on the show.
He had a little bit of a drinking problem, and fixed it or something, and then of course was drinking again. But
I won't give his last name on here, but I remember it. Did his last name begin with a B?
Oh, good Lord. The last name I don't remember.
Here, I'll just type it out privately.
It might not ring a bell still. Still don't ring a bell.
No, okay.
But in any case, it doesn't matter. But he did pop in recently. I bet you we're still talking about the same guy. But
he wears glasses.
Yes.
Short hair and glasses.
Yes.
Black hair.
No, I don't remember.
No, I don't think it was.
I'm thinking of a different guy.
Yeah, I don't remember black hair. Anyway, but Abita nonetheless was one of those breweries. They've never really wowed you. You've never wrote home to mama about their beers, but they were a solid, affordable session brewery, a lot like Spotzel out of Shiner.
Yeah.
Out of Texas. None of Shiner's beers are going to wow you, Spotzel Brewery. None of them are going to, you're not going to, dear mama, this is the best damn beer I've ever, no. But they're affordable, even nowadays. They're still affordable. They make tasty beers.
You're not going to write to your mama about them, but you're also not going to pour them down the drain.
No, you're not going to pour them down the drain. The bum might be leading us somewhere with this video. Here we go. Back to the video. Sorry. I just wanted to kind of add in a little more context to Purple Haze. I thought it was an interesting choice. A choice that, God, I admit, it has to be 12 years plus since I've had this beer. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting choice for Vega to have picked this one.
It is a very interesting choice.
Used to be after this to get the taste out of my mouth. Then again, I said I would give an unbiased opinion. So, let's check this bullshit out. Purple Haze.
Oh.
Smells like raspberries. I do like raspberries. Oh, yeah. Speaking of raspberries, to make the craft beer video even worse, I fruited the bullshit. Here we go.
Okay. He did it on purpose. Okay. And we'll just assume that he is drinking that.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing. We don't necessarily know. Here we go.
I'm going to have another sip. I don't know yet.
Oh.
That's a sip.
I think he's been watching my videos a lot. What do you think? There's only room for one Joe D, bro. There's only one Joe D sip in this bit. Come on. Here we go. We're playing the tape. Here we are.
Okay. The first thing I notice is that it's dry. It's very, very fucking dry. However, it's not over hopped.
Yeah.
It's not sweet at all. It's tolerable.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. It's tolerable.
Mm-hmm.
Would I buy it again?
No.
No.
Right.
But it's definitely better than I expected.
Okay.
There you go, Coach. That's my honest, unbiased opinion.
All right.
Now, let's get the rest of these ounces down. Nonsense over with. Good God.
You ain't got no shit for me.
I think that concludes that part of the video. Well, maybe he talks some more. Let's see. Let's get to this part right here.
Jack got mad, hit Jill in the ass, punched it, make him come.
Well, he's going for number 2.
Yeah, that's number 2. Yeah, he's going down the hatch with that one there. Playing the video, I have to mute the audio for obvious reasons. I'm going to give him a moment here to see if he is.
I'm doing my duty.
No.
He usually takes a couple swigs.
Yeah.
I know his patterns.
He'll like reach over.
Oh, here's another bottle. So he's holding true here, Tom. Coach, he's holding true.
Okay, he's not talking. I don't think in between, unless he is right here.
Yeah.
The thing that sticks out the most about this is how fucking dry it is. Like, I used to drink Bud Dry back in the day.
Oh, good Lord. Sorry.
Never even heard of that.
I'm sorry.
Bud
You
Dry.
never heard of Bud Dry?
No.
Really? There was
No.
this big movement for dry beers. God, maybe it was. How many years ago was that, Bum?
That was in the 90s, right?
Was that in the 90s?
Or was it the 80s?
Man, everybody had a dry beer back then. I mean,
Oh my goodness.
everybody had a dry beer. And some of them, it was the regular and the light beer had a dry version. It was ridiculous. As a matter of fact, they had dry and iced versions, and then a dry version of the iced version. It was insane.
Oh my god. They didn't know what the hell they wanted.
Oh my god! Yeah, it was nuts. Was that the 80s or the 90s? But one or the other. Either way, it was a while back.
They were trying to figure out the market. They didn't know what the hell they wanted.
Okay, just per his descriptor that you've heard so far, Tom. What do you remember about Purple Haze, man? God, it's been that long for me.
If I've tried it, I have no recollection whatsoever of what it tasted like.
I remember it being pretty easy drinking, not like it's a 4.3, so there's not much flavor, but I remember some raspberry in there, being a little fruity. It's I can see what he's saying. It's not like it's not very cloying to the palate. It just when I think he means by dry, by once you drink it, the taste just dissipates.
Right.
It's just gone. And then you take another drink and it's there and it's gone. Maybe he's used to malt that he drinks it and it's still kind of there in his on his palate.
Sure. Yeah, a dry beverage period can be off-putting to anybody, right? I mean, even if you're drinking a wine, that's what is off-putting to someone that doesn't necessarily drink that beverage or any other beverage that often. I don't know. Do we say that about spirits? I don't know that we say spirits are necessarily dry.
Maybe a gin. Maybe something like a...
Fair enough. Yep. Gins are dry. Gins do have a tendency to be dry in general.
Yeah, there might be definitely some more out there.
But I don't say that about a whiskey. I don't think you could say that about a whiskey. You're definitely not saying that about a tequila. I don't think you can say that. I don't think you can say that about vodka either. No.
I don't know. Vodka straight by itself might be kind of like I don't know. I think it might be kind of dry in my opinion. It just kind of takes all the taste out of your mouth.
Yeah. Gin for sure, though. You're absolutely 100%.
Yeah, gin for sure. Yeah.
Okay. And he's describing it, and as he's describing it, I have no recollection of it, actually. You know what I'm saying? I have to trust everything he's saying because and to tell you the truth, you know what I'm trying to, as he's describing it and as he's tasting it and going through his different beers, I'm like, you know what, man? They could mark this stuff down to $1.99 a 6-pack. I still ain't buying it.
Yeah. It's not a bad beer though. I'd buy it for $1.99.
I just checked. I've never had it.
Really? Okay. And you might not. They're you know what I'm saying? For the money, there's so much other stuff.
Yeah.
Right? That's one of those beers I feel like you would have had to have gotten to back in the day.
Yeah.
Or you're just not going to get to it now.
Well, now
you can barely find it sometimes.
Well, if I see it now because of this, now I will try it.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. As he's talking about it, it's making me think. I'm like, honestly, because I've not had it since living here in Phoenix. That's kind of my AD and BC, if you will. It's like before Phoenix and after Phoenix. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because next year's 10 years, man. 10 years in Phoenix. At the end of this year, The end of this month is 10 years here now in Arizona. So
Been that long, huh? Holy crap!
it's been that long already.
Wow.
So I already know. I've not had it since I've been in Arizona. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I already know. It's easily a couple of years before I was in Arizona. So it's easily 12 years ago.
And Vegas said he's
Wow.
currently drinking his 6th one out of the 6-pack.
Hey, so he likes it. He likes it.
Well,
That's good.
you know what? And remember our discussion about Abita in general? There was hardly, my recollection of Abita is hardly a beer that was offensive that got me that got me with a reaction like, oh, this is terrible. I don't remember having that. But I also don't remember having that like Bourbon County moment where I'm like, oh dear effing God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This will motivate me till next Black Friday. I am definitely standing in line. I want to definitely be one of the early ones to pluck down my however many dollars for that particular beer to make sure that I get that. You know what I'm saying? Abita didn't necessarily do that. Maybe it did for some people.
Well, you didn't pay that much in the first place, so you were still kind of I feel like when you don't pay much for something and you're still drinking it and you don't like it, you're still like, I didn't pay that much anyways. It wasn't that big of a hit. I'll just drink it.
Back in the day, and I say that for a reason because at the time, beer, even just going back 12 years ago, do you remember how hard it was for us to get certain beers? There was beers you heard about and you heard about and you heard about, and unless you traded with somebody, you were never gonna taste that beer.
That was when Dogfish 90 Minute was like the bee's knees.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember
I tried
that,
so
dude.
hard to get my hands on that. It was impossible.
I remember when I got a bottle of Utopia around that time.
In New Mexico. I almost had to wait for Dogfish Head till I got here. Damn near. It finally came to New Mexico before I left. But it was that Dogfish Head was that. Matter of fact, they almost merged with oh my God, Boston Beer. They merged with them almost by the time I got to have it on a consistent basis. I think I had some fans send it to me. I had some subscribers send me some Dogfish Head, and I think that's how I got to have it. It was in New Mexico.
And do you remember, was it Piney the Elder? Remember that?
Yes.
Same thing. That was a great brew, but it was so hard to get your hands on.
And that was the day and age as well of those big double IPAs, and sometimes you would triple, but the regular IPAs being super piney and lip puckery and all that sort of thing. God. Okay, I'm sorry. We need to get back to.
I was supposed to say when that around that time, that's when I ended up getting my hands on the 20th something anniversary of the Utopias, and I sold it on eBay. And when I sold it to the guy, he lived in like in Iowa or Idaho, and I put a bottle of 90-minute IPA in it with it, just so like an extra gift for him. And the guy was like super stoked because they never got it out there at that time. So that was pretty cool.
And you know what? Now, it's funny now that you mentioned that. And that's exactly like that beer that you guys get out there, that side of the Mississippi, it still eludes me. When I go back to Texas, I get a 6-pack every time.
Oh, Yingling.
Yingling. Yeah. Not that that's a right home to mama beer. It's just a good session beer that I would have in my fridge all the time if I could get it here.
Oh yeah.
Coach, have you had Yingling?
Yeah, we get it in Idaho, and then obviously down here. Well, I haven't looked down here in Cali, but in Idaho we have it. Yeah.
Oh,
it's easy.
Yeah,
it's easy.
And there's variants too. We get that summer shandy or whatever that's called.
Oh, good for
Yeah,
you.
we got like 3 variants of it.
Oh, good for you. Yeah, I still don't see Yingling.
We get a
Yeah.
bunch of the Hershey out here, the Hershey Porter. I've seen it lately.
You know what? That variant would do. That variant, some of those special ones, I
Yeah,
will.
they don't make that many variants.
No,
I think on Untapped, I think the last time I checked, which was like a year ago, but I know you're not going to believe this. I think they have only made 13 different beers.
Wow.
and they're the oldest brewery in the country.
Yeah,
In the country.
You don't see much of anything from them.
Try to play
They-
some more of this.
Nothing. This is very, very, very dry. The best way to explain it. Super dry.
Okay. I feel like we've gotten all we can get out of this bad boy.
Shout out to Vega. Hell yeah. Shout out
Hey,
to Vega.
he did it as
Cheers.
Bum said. He said he's on his 6th one, so
so credit to Vega, and not just credit for Vega for doing this, but the aftermath of this in the MLDC is
Hey, his bravery though. I respect his bravery.
yeah. Hey,
Very brave.
we gave him a ton of airtime on this bad boy.
to use all the words that the media uses, so we'll use them here. There's going to be outrage and backlash. And,
No, I'll smooth it over. I'll drink a King Cobra or something, a 40.
Oh, there you
next
go.
time.
There you go.
I'll smooth it over.
Yeah. So if we drink malt liquor and they drink malt, they drink craft beer, it kind of evens out a little bit.
Yeah.
Is that how it works?
Sure.
Well, I guess this is because Coach drank his malt liquor and tried to chug his 40. So
Yeah, I got my
And I
ass
had-
kicked. Thanks for bringing
I
that
had
up.
I had one like 2 weeks ago with you too, right? So that kind of works.
yeah. Well, that wasn't a true malt liquor though.
No. Yeah, that's true.
You mean the Steel Reserve, right?
The earthquake.
Oh, the earthquake. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
True malt, that's right. Yeah. All righty. All right. Well, we'll go to our other stuff here. Maybe we'll see. Maybe we don't have to skip anything. All right. We're going to we got somebody here who we haven't seen in a little while. 3:30.
Okay. Here we go. 3:30. Here. And we'll go to 3:30 in this one. Oh, wow. We haven't seen this strain. Yeah. I feel like it's been a real long one.
He actually looks like an adult now, or a terrorist.
Yeah, look at it. More like a terrorist, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think
Still in
his
the basement.
testicles dropped, gentlemen. That's great.
Well,
Look at this guy.
we'll see. We'll hear if his testicles have dropped or not. Let's see.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out to Billy D. Williams.
Whoa, my God! Listen to that. Okay. Not only has his nuts dropped, but he might get a nut every once in a while from the sound of that.
Our boy's growing up.
Away from
Hey, wait a minute. Isn't this kind of a proud Papa moment? Like, isn't it getting a little emotional in here for you? I mean, don't you kind of raise the kid a little bit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, right, Coach? Take
Well, he's got glasses and the hood on, a beard. It used to be the curly hair and the.
I'm drinking the malt liquor for Jody and
And hey, look at now he's kind of talking like you. Hey now, hey now. Well, that's more Howard Stern, isn't it?
That's
Bob? Hey now.
shout out to the late Ralph Sorella. Hey now.
Yeah, shout out to Ralph. Yeah, that's crazy. But anyway, yeah, his nuts have definitely.
Well, he may have tried to mimic me a little bit, but he's really mimicked his idol, Bum, many times over. Many times over, he's tried to duplicate this show, this malt liquor report, and it hasn't necessarily, stuck, shall we say. But okay, we'll rewind the tape a little bit. What was it? 3:30 here.
3:30.
Shout out to Billy D. Williams for running away from fucking bum. Fuck you, bum. Fuck the fucking Sarah fucking dick. So, yeah. Y'all mainly said those D's dick because he wouldn't shut the fuck up. Fuck you, Joe D. Fuck you, asshole. You overtalk because you have something you have to compensate for. Yep. Okay, guys.
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that is it.
You know what? You gotta respect kids, right? When they go out from their parental advisor a little bit to the point where they feel like now they can strike back at them.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
They don't realize they can get striked back at that point. You know what I mean? They gotta run back.
That is okay. He's filling his oats a little bit, right? And that's okay. He should do that. That's the way it works.
That's how you test your boundaries.
That still is a proud papa moment, right? We could.
No, Tom, that's how he tests his coals.
He went
Testicles,
from drinking energy drinks to 40 malt liquors, and
we kind of grew him up a little bit, right, Coach? We kind of we had him on restriction for a while. No videos posted until he was of age, and that went on for a while. And now to the point where now he's baby,
Yeah,
well,
I'm about to choke down this 40 malt liquor real quick, baby. Before
so Joe, what is
you.
What is it you're compensating for, though?
I am compensating, and I'm glad he called me out on it.
What are you compensating for?
I have no idea, but I'm sure he'll let us know in another video.
Okay.
Sooner or later it'll come out. It has to come out. Either him or Mueller will finally regenerate somewhere, and we'll figure it out. Someone will tell us what I am compensating for. I'm sure, right, Bum? It'll come out in the end.
I'm sure it'll come out in the end.
Yeah, they'll let us know. Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think of something real nice and good to say right now, but I can't think of anything.
Exactly right. Yeah, we'll find out soon enough.
All right, we're going back to Vega here.
All right, Dimple.
Oh boy.
So there's a part we can skip here where he basically just says, "Coach, I'm going to have your video up by Saturday." So we already have covered that. So go to 10:55. Now in this video, you can see the title of the video. He's talking about the whole Palestine-Israel thing, and which we don't need to get into. But go to 10:55.
If we're going to go back 2,000 years.
Oh, boy.
I was talking about where people would go back to. Does that mean fucking Private Pen Pal goes back to Nigeria?
That's fear.
Does that mean that Mike May goes back to Poland? Oh, shit. Does that mean that does that mean that Teen Wolf goes back to fucking Transylvania? I'm done. I'll show myself out.
Bastard.
Fuck yourselves.
Okay.
I got a long bloodline behind me, you motherfucker.
Yeah. Wow. Pennsylvania. What say you?
I mean, if I was from Transylvania, that means I live forever, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
That's true. So if I live forever, I'll take it.
Yeah. Every once in a while, you got to do a little werewolf thing,
And suck a little blood or something like that, and go on with my day. That's how it works.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to move on here, and Speaking of Teen Wolf, we're the continuing saga of the potential Teen Wolf chairman McMeetup. McMalt
Oh,
meetup. Is that what we dubbed it last week?
Yeah.
I think that's out. I think that's out the window now. I don't think I'll be able to do that.
Right, and which you had said. So we're going to get the chairman's response to that. Yes, Coach.
I'm down. I go to New York on Monday.
Yeah, you know what? The chairman did not that I saw anyway, because he's mostly live streaming now. But from what I saw, the chairman didn't have a response about your proposal, Coach.
That's okay. I know where he lives. Anyway, yeah. So I'll be in New York.
Yeah.
I'll be in New York, and then I go home for Christmas, and then I'll be back. And
imagine you knock on his door with a 40-ounce and a pizza or something like that.
Would that be great?
No. You have to have one of those stupid sandwiches, hoagies or whatever you call. You have
wedge. It's called a wedge, Doug.
You have to have a wedge, and you need to have some of that damn shrimp that he has as a go-to.
Yeah.
You know what? Shrimp. If he doesn't make a response video to this, I actually might show up with the McRib and a 40 on his doorstep. I swear to Christ.
Well,
dude,
Joe knows me. I mean, you guys know me, but I will.
Record that, dude. You got to record that if you do.
Absolutely, I would record it, Tom. I'd hire someone to record it for me.
I can tell you.
What you could do, Coach? You could do the same thing he did when he went to Tennessee. You could buy the sandwich, you could buy the shrimp and leave it on the doorstep, film yourself leaving it there, and haul ass.
I can tell you that currently he's not watching. He's napping right now. So he may not see this. We'll see.
Well, he may wake up to a McCoach.
You bring him a 12-pack of 40s, dude, and a friggin' pizza or some bullshit like that. He'll be down.
A 12-pack of Mac ribs.
Oh, here you go.
Well, if you're going to do that, you'll have to stop out of his area first, because he cannot get the McRib locally this year.
Oh, that's true.
Yes, I haven't seen a McRib at all in my area.
That's true.
Crazy.
Here we go.
Okay, so this is Megan's response about first he's discussing fear here, and then he mentions me, then he moves on to Tom. So you just play it all the way through.
And who does he run to? Who does he fucking run to? Them. Fucking Beer Nerds United. Beer Nerds United. You two bum. Riding on Hershey Highway.
Whoa!
With fucking Pen Pal in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Good God. A tool bag fucking beta male fucking bum.
So he takes a little swig here. It's not very long.
That was no swig. There was no beer movement whatsoever right there. That was a fake swig.
That's possible. He it takes him a long time to drink these 40s in a live stream. I think you're right, Joe.
Yeah, he definitely.
And Bob passes the information on to Team Wolf. Let's cam up in NYC. What did Team Wolf do? Tuck this fucking chain in. You think I didn't see it? Teen Wolf tucked his fucking chain in. I can't drive my minivan down in New York City during the winter. What are you saying? Can drive the fucking minivan down in the NYC, Teen Wolf.
This motherfucker.
Fuck you, Tom Wolf. Boss is a shithole. Yeah, come to Boston. Fuck out of here. That dump. Shout to New York.
Oh my God.
I don't even know how to respond to that. What the fuck?
That is too much right there. That is
okay. He's not done. All right, we have this.
Here we go. Rapid fire, kids.
And don't worry about parking, Team Wolf. You said, $100 to park my minivan. I know a spot, guy. Don't worry about it. I know a spot. It's like $35 for like 10 hours. I know.
Oh, that's not bad, actually.
$100 a park, you asshole.
It really is, though. A lot of places, it really is.
Fucking coward. Real talk, pussy. Fucking pussy.
Too much.
Fucker.
Oh boy.
All right. Since we got something else from Vega, but since Vega already got more than his share of time tonight.
Oh, he got a lot of time.
And also due to the fact that Pencil Neck is not here. And
where is Pencil Neck?
This Pencil Neck is in Pittsburgh. I met up with him yesterday.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he's visiting his family. He's here for a week. The only time all week that I was going to be able to meet him was yesterday, which we met at Duke's, Joe.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Was that his first visit to Duke's or no?
No, remember we did the show live from there like 5 years ago from upstairs. Yeah. This was the third time I've met them there. Okay. The last handful of times he's come into town, I've headed out more towards their area, and I was prepared to do that again with no problem, but they were like, "Hey, we know you go to Duke's. Do you want to meet there instead?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's what I."
Now the question is, did Mark ensue a riot when he was at Duke's? I mean,
no, he slipped in without fanfare. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
That's I mean, yeah. That's God, what is that?
I actually suspect that most of the people there didn't know who he was.
Oh, yeah, he didn't even get a "Hey, what's up, Pencil Neck" when he was.
Oh.
And then he was like, "Don't you people know who I am?"
Did he? Did he really say that though?
Okay. Now,
because when Joe walked in, Joe got a huge greeting, and he's like, "Oh, you're talking to me," and they're like, "Yeah, you're Joe D. Do you remember that?"
Yep.
I remember that.
That actually happened. A little bit, yeah, a little bit. That was kind of cool, man. Yeah, the owner kind of knew me, man. So that was cool, man. So, but that's only because of Bum. Yeah, it's only the Bum.
Yeah. So we have a partial Pencil Neck related Vega video, but which I told Mark about, but didn't go into detail. So we can save that for next week. We already got content for next week's show. So we are going to have a final word from the chairman. Now, let me set this up.
Sure.
One of the chairman's, you know how he goes in different directions. He gets into things and so his newest thing, and this is in response to the lower level YouTube drinking community member, Popsicle Man, who's been around for a while.
Wow.
Popsicle Man, I think his channel's name is Popsicle Gaming now, where he just goes on and plays Minecraft live on video.
So Bum, would Popsicle Man be the equivalent of a prospector in the biker?
Yeah, same thing. He's
is he like a prospector? So he doesn't necessarily have a patch. He's not
yet.
Yeah,
but he's been stuck in the minors for like 10 years.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And I think he's accepted his fate. He's going to stay in the minors.
Yeah. He might get called up one time before he literally retires from the
right. So I think he might have even changed his channel name to Popsicle Gaming. So Steel has made some videos called Steel Worldwide Gaming, where he's doing his own live gaming, but he's doing his on an old vintage Nintendo system, I believe, on a vintage TV, which is right up my alley. So I'm not sure what game he's playing here, but we're gonna, and I love this because it takes me back to when I haven't done anything video game related in 20 years or more, but I was all about the vintage TV games, and this takes me back. So we got our final word from Steel here. So just play the video.
Who can name the game?
Oh, it's I know it.
I can't name the game.
Fuck.
It's when you're trying to shoot all the planes and everything coming towards you is what I get. When you're in the middle and you're spinning and you're shooting.
Yeah, I can't name the game. Here, we'll play it again.
Oh, I didn't even see the game. Oh, I have no idea.
Fuck.
I remember that frustration, that same frustration. And he, throughout the course of he did that about 5 times. And I was like, that takes me back. I remember what it was like getting pissed off at them. I used to, you know how you used to have to turn the power off and pull the cartridge out, or you would damage. I would get so mad. I'd yank that thing out, jam it back in like 5 times without turning the power or the thing off and on. Yeah. No one years later, the system didn't work when I tried to power it up.
Oh,
yeah. I remember when Nintendo, you'd have the cartridge wouldn't work, you had to blow in the cartridge, reset the system, put it back in.
Yes.
The good old days.
Yeah, I remember that for sure. Yeah.
So that is it for this week.
All right. Well, thank you very much there, Billy D. We appreciate it. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
and we got the lights out.
Nothing but Sammy Klaus this entire month of December.
Wow, really?
During the malt liquor report. I have
might,
numerous vintages I can select from. So most of them say malt liquor on them.
I might have to join you next week.
Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. I'd love to, Tom.
I may have to look around and see what I can find around here, to be honest.
Let me know if you find 2022. I'm curious because
what color though? Which one?
Anyone from 2020.
You haven't found 2022 at all?
Nope.
So how soon have you found? Say they're brewed on December 6th. What's the freshest you've ever found?
They age it for a year. I used to find it.
Oh, okay.
I used to find it that year with that year on the label, like you do for any other beer. Now I don't know if they changed it and they're operating a year behind, or just my distribution is in my area has been so bad. I couldn't tell you it's been 6 or 7 years since I actually found one the same year that it was bottled.
Oh, wow. Because there's a place is Wines and More, like about 40 minutes from me, that they usually get it. That's a place that I can usually find it. That's the location I showed you originally. That's the place I can usually find it.
Yeah. Any 2022. The classic, the red label, Helles, the Schwartz, whatever you find. Yeah.
What's the better version? What's the version that you like the most, though?
I personally like the classic, but that's 98% of the ones that I've ever tried. I've only had a couple years of the red label and a couple years of the Schwartz black label.
What color's the classic?
It's either this. It varies from light brown to dark brown.
All right.
You know, there was only 24 comments during the malt liquor report, so it's pretty easy to catch up on some of these. Nemo says all of the Abita barrel aged stouts are PVW barrels. The owner
Private.
is in with what is that? Sazerac. Yeah, Sazerac. What he said. They just don't advertise it. You know what? I honestly don't remember Abita having any barrel aged. I don't remember them even having. You know what? They might have had one stout. When
Yeah, they had like I remember they having like a milk stout or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. But I don't remember anything barrel aged. I don't remember them having anything even remotely like that.
Yeah.
When I was even remotely looking for Abita. Yeah, this is let me see.
But like you said, like 12 years ago, that Abita came out of nowhere. You're like, oh, what's this?
Right.
Let me grab this cheap. It's decent.
Sherry is dry. Yeah. Sherry.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, here you go. See, Nemo knows. Nemo's into the industry here. Yingling should be in AZ in late 2024. Isn't that a damn shame? Because it was in 2020 that they were supposed to be here. And then we had the whole lockdown and everything, and that flipping ruined it.
Joe, you'll be just like us. You'll just walk right by it. Before you know it, you're just gonna walk right by Yingling. But all right, yeah, that's Yingling.
I can see that.
Yeah, it's crazy how it works.
Abita reminds me of that short period of time when one of my favorite go-to always in the fridge beers, right? We always had. I think we can always go to beers that we always had in the fridge, or maybe you still have certain beers in the fridge, session beers that you always have in there. Kilt Lifter here locally was one of those beers. I don't know more, but it was for a while. Always had Kilt Lifter. Now, there's some other beers that I pretty much kind of always have in the fridge. But Bud American Ale, when Bud American Ale came out, and this is right before they merged with InBev, that was one of the best beers I had from Budweiser, period.
I actually remember you talking about that.
Yeah.
I remember you talking about that, and you saying it was pretty good.
Oh, it was by far the best thing I've ever had from Budweiser by a country mile. It was really, really good. It was a shocker that, well, in hindsight, it shouldn't be a shocker that Budweiser could and is capable of making a beer like that. But at the time, it was a shocker that they would make a beer like that. Was not only a really good craft beer that could have measured up to anybody's craft beer at the time. At the time is very key, very important. But for a brewery as big as Budweiser to make a beer like that was all American, every single last ingredient, they made sure it was from America. That was something. At the time, I think they had 12 breweries in America.
Joe, do you think that was their last like kind of hoorah?
It was.
They knew where they knew they were gonna sell. They're like, we're just gonna brew something real, something we know we could have been brewing the whole time, but we're just gonna push it out and people are gonna love it, but then we're gonna sell. Felt like that.
Their intent, I can't speak for. I can't speak to.
Yeah.
All I can tell you is in hindsight, the way it feels. Yeah.
Yeah. They must have known for a while that they were going to sell.
I mean, only they would know. I would have no clue. It was kind of cool that that they did give me, while they brewed some of that beer, they did give me actually, and I have it, Bum, you'll be very proud of me. I have it within reach now that we're talking about it. I could do the bum and reach off camera. And I do still have one last coupon for this Bud American Ale. I did not spend it. They sent me these coupons to get free Bud American Ale. And back in my heyday, when I was considered one of the top number 1 or number 2 beer reviewers on YouTube, I was getting a lot of stuff comped. You know what I'm saying? Budweiser was one of the few that never did. But they finally did. And it's because they messed up. When they announced that this was coming out, I was calling places. I wanted to get that beer. When I finally got it, it lived up to Nemo has it exactly right. They replaced it with Black Crown. And Black Crown, did you remember trying Black Crown? Black Crown god awful. It was malt liquor.
I remember it, but I don't think I tried it.
Malt liquor was better than Black Crown. I'll tell you that right now. You name the malt liquor, I'll drink it over Black Crown. It was god awful. It was god awful. It didn't hold a stick to Bud American Ale. Bud American Ale. It reminds me of what's the Yingling. It reminds me of your base Yingling. It for my palate, it really did resonate with me. I wish they would have kept making it. I really did. I was praying that they would when I heard about the InBev takeover, and they never did. They never did. And then if I remember even further, Black Crown was supposed to be just as good as Bud American Ale. It never was. It not even remotely.
Whenever they start comparing, it's like, dude, just not as good. Like,
and then after Black Crown, you had Bud Platinum, Bud Light Platinum, something like that. Too sweet. I remember having Bud Platinum, and I had it a few times. I went to a buddy of mine's house, and he seemed to like it, and so he would have Bud Light Platinum, and I would drink it because that's what he would have, but I just remember it being too damn sweet. Nemo's also talking about Miller Fortune was even worse. I couldn't sell it to save my life. See, Nemo's in the business, so he's actually the guy that's having to sell product. He thinks of beer as a product, and so he has to sell it. And he has all the numbers and the figures to, you know what I'm saying, to do such a thing.
That must look pretty bad, though. If, like, say you're Miller and you have all these, like, places that try and distribute your product, and then they can't even sell your product because people don't even like it. That must look pretty. You must be like, what the fuck are we doing wrong?
You know what?
As Miller?
To me, Miller has it going on right now, because to me, Miller Lite replaced Bud Light. Miller Lite. And anybody that drank Bud Light before drinks Miller Lite. Anybody that I know that drank. As a matter of fact, I have had recent conversations in the last week or two. Tom, seriously. And the people that used to drink Bud will just absolutely not even dream of drinking it anymore. They drink Miller, or regular Miller or Miller Lite. They've completely switched.
Well, because of the situation, right?
Right. Yeah. But they don't necessarily know why. They don't necessarily. They have an idea, but they don't really know. They're like, oh, I don't really know why. I just
you know what I didn't realize, that Bud Light actually made 25. They sent to like 2,500 different people, and they made cans for like 2,500 different people. They didn't specifically make it for that one person. I never knew that.
Were they
They
all
were-
social media?
Yeah, all social. They made
TikTokers
25. They made like a bunch of different social media people, and they made it cans for those specific people, but they never actually sold those cans.
Yeah, no,
I didn't know that.
I
thought they.
I didn't know that they made that many for that many different people.
Yeah,
But I knew that the ones that they were the main cans, and I remember talking about it on this show, that they actually never sold any of them.
Yeah.
yeah,
It was almost not fair in a way, because they weren't for public sale. They were
Yeah.
literally for this kid, and that was it for that one cat. That was it. But the damage was done.
like who knows what they were trying to do with it, but like I don't know if they were like maybe gonna make a 12-pack of different ones, and who knows, right? A 30 rack.
Always, you know what the thing of it is a company like Budweiser, anytime they do anything, they're always testing something. It's
Yeah.
always a test, right? And
Yeah.
if you can get it out there and then let the publicity hit that they've done this, and if it clicks, well, guess what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
If they can put it out there and something catches, right? They're throwing a bunch of shit at a wall, and whatever kind of sticks, they're gonna go with. So
They should stuck with Biggie.
Right. You know what?
Right.
1000% right. They only
Yeah.
released the Biggie beer cans. It was cans, wasn't it, or was it bottles?
Yeah, I would have bought it, dude. I would have bought it if it was. Yeah. If they know how they did the New York version, if they would have made a whole nother whatever shipment of them, but like, hey, we're doing the whole country only one time, I would have bought them.
You know what? Nemo's right, because, well, in my case, I've bought a lot more Miller Lite. But whenever and he would know this better than I would. Whenever the 30 packs, now that's what I'm speaking to specifically. The 30 packs will go on sale. Whenever they do, you get some hoarder like me that will buy the maximum and then use some, they're only going to limit you. The supermarkets in my area will limit you to one or two. And then, of course, I'll have someone I know text me their code, and then I'll have their code scanned, and I'm going to buy their two. And then I'm going to have someone else scan me theirs. So I'm walking out of there with 6 30 packs. You know what I'm saying? When I do walk out of there with 6 30 packs, I'll have one or two of them as Coors. Part of his point was Coors Banquet has the biggest growth. It's up like 170% from the early 2000s.
Yeah, and I can believe that. That was like Coors, the regular Coors was like a forgotten brand at one point, obviously because of the success of Coors Light.
Yeah. And the Banquet's
about
12
Coors.
Banquet's
12-pack
good. It's a solid
12-pack glass in Coors. I mean, a Coors Banquet, I'm down for that. If I see it in glass.
I get it in cans too, man. I think I have a 30-pack of Coors right now in the garage.
Oh, there you go.
Notice I'm not leaving my seat.
Well, here we go. Wow. How 73?
That's a reissue can from a few years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like a legacy can. Yeah, they did.
Very
cool.
I forget how many of these they did. This is the only one I have.
If I remember right, Bum, what did they not do 4 different editions? What or something like that? What was that time frame? It maybe a handful of years ago, and they did like one edition for a few months, and then they did another edition for a few months, like a total of 4 in a series.
It says here 1 of 3.
3.
Oh, there you go.
Boom! Did I not have that, Tom?
You're
this
close.
represents the 1930s.
Right. Yeah. I thought I remembered them doing a series. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cool glass, though. I mean, cool glass. Cool glass. Yeah. Cool glass.
It
Cool
would
can.
be a cool glass if they had a glass. Yeah, it would be cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I am still we will be here again next week. I am still
Still enjoying that?
yeah, I've got the last. I am
Oh
purpose
man.
letting this warm up.
Now, is it? Would you say it opened up a little bit? Would you say it opened its legs a little bit?
Tom,
Ha!
Tom, if you spend the money on the bottle, do yourself a favor and never chill it. Just
Dude,
pop.
hey, honestly, most of these stouts that are 14 plus, it's fucking drink at room temperature.
Yeah, never chill it.
Yeah.
This is the best sip. Mind you, it's probably the only sip I had of the whole damn thing. But to put it in perspective, but honestly, that is the best.
Oh yeah.
It's not harsh whatsoever. It's insanely smooth. It sticks around on your palate.
Mm-hmm.
Lot that fruitiness, the sweetness, everything is just dude.
Hey, I'm telling you, you'd love port wine if you got into port wine.
This is
man.
Nemo. I want to hear next week. Nemo went to the stupid Total Wine I'm talking about. He knows the one on Warner Road, off of Warner Road there on the 10 in Tempe. You got to ask a manager. Ask the manager. They don't have them out. They've got them in the back cooler.
I think he already mentioned earlier in the comments he wasn't going to spend that much money for beer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you got to whisper, "Hey, do you
honestly,
here's Angel."
Yes.
Lance, yeah.
He knows exactly because they opened another White Castle right there, and they actually have everything coned off.
You guys got a White Castle? Oh shit!
That's the second White Castle. That Total Wine is literally just a couple 100 feet from the new White Castle. That lets me know that he did go there, or he's aware.
Oh, okay. I didn't think I thought he said he was not going to spend that money on this. So
yeah, he went while the show was going. He says, "I hit the White Castle too." Yeah,
I've never had White Castle. To be honest, I've had the frozen White Castle boxes.
So
good.
Go if you wish, but the minute you put one in your mouth, you'd be like, "What the f was it? What the hell?
Why?"
They're okay. I don't know. You know what? Go, Tom. Enjoy the experience. Take
well, I gotta drive 150 miles to probably get
no. Don't do it.
All right.
Don't bother. Yeah. Wait till one comes near you and then possibly, but don't go out of your way. Absolutely. It's like, don't. Just don't.
It's kind of like when a Sonic comes to your area,
it's
and then you're like, it's not that great.
For a very small Sonic burger.
Yeah, it's not that great. Sonic's not.
Bum,
Sonic makes better drinks than anything.
You can get White Castle, no bum.
No White Castles around here.
Oh,
never had.
Surprising.
There never has been, to the best of my knowledge.
Okay.
Pittsburgh had a chain for decades called White Tower, which I think were similar.
Oh,
but it was just a Pittsburgh thing. I would have to look.
Isn't that crazy? We're closer to. Is it New York, like the original? Is it White like it's East? Isn't it East Coast thing?
It's Ohio. Isn't White Castle Ohio?
Jeez, I always thought it was like California or something. But
no.
It was no. I thought it was a New Jersey, New York thing.
Oh, now you got me going. Okay, here.
All right, I'm on greatest presence in Midwest and New York metropolitan. Founded on September 13th, 1921 in Wichita, Kansas.
Okay, but it's still more closer to the East Coast than the West.
Let's see.
Mid. That's middle.
Is that mid? Maybe I'm thinking of White Castle movie.
So he said he bought 2 backyards and a banana. I'd like to know what he thought of the backyard. I drank one of my backyards as well. The backyard couldn't hold a candle to this. I'm telling you right now, man. Yeah. I'm in the foothills, so that's the Total Wine by my house.
Okay. The first White Castle in the far western United States opened at the Casino Royale Hotel and Casino on the Las Vegas Strip on January 27th, 2015.
Tell you the truth, Vega, I prefer crystals. I prefer Crystal. I've had Crystal.
Crystal's a burger joint.
Yeah, many moons ago. I've had Crystal. Absolutely. You know what? You know what, Nemo? You're freaking not that far from me. I know where he lives.
You guys should meet up for a drink.
We should. Maybe. He's actually not that far from me. That's funny. Yeah, he's not that far from me. I bet you where he's at, it would take me 15 minutes after closing the show to get to 20 minutes to meet up with him. 20 minutes tops.
I bet you he would though. I bet you he would. He definitely comments enough to.
I know. I just from his little description, he lives by that Total Wine. That Total Wine is 22 to 23 minutes from me, depending on which way I go.
Mm-hmm.
I am always in that area when I'm working. You know what I'm saying? When I'm working. But yeah, I'm right off the 202 freeway. Right there. We could do a meetup at Goldwater or Sleepy Whale or something. Oh, dude, Goldwater. Yeah, that's the tap house. That's the new Goldwater tap house that they built right there in Tempe, which is down the street from there. Absolutely, we could do that. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool, man. Yeah, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? There's a new Wren house. There's a new Wren Sunhill too. It's all German beers. Ooh.
How would he do that? Would he DM you or something like that, and then I go from there?
Yeah, he knows how to get in touch with me. He can email me. You can text me. My email is jodreviews@gmail.com. My number is 505-886-1514. You're welcome to text me as well. These things are not hidden. I put my information out there. I just haven't. I used to have a habit of doing that. And I believe that information is still on my channel page. It might or might not be.
I was just asking because maybe he didn't realize, and then maybe he's like, "Yeah,
sure,
there you go."
Yeah, he says, "I think I have you on Facebook." Yeah, and we're on. Yeah, so just
messaging YouTube. Untapped has the messaging.
Just reach out to me because tomorrow I believe I need to get another bottle. I might just need to get another bottle anyway, so I might be in that area roughly around the time that Goldwater opens anyway. That's a cool little tap house. It's super low key. There's not a whole lot going on there, but it's a tap house, and they have games you can play, and they have some TV. Oh, you know what? No. The Rams play early tomorrow.
What time they play? Are they playing in London or something like that?
No. Well,
your time's early anyways.
Exactly. 9 o'clock. The Rams play at 11. Yeah, so I can't do it while the Rams play. That's impossible.
So more around 2:30.
Bro, message me. It will happen. Okay, if message me, please. It will happen. Get in touch with me. It will happen. I promise you. Even if you got to come down here. If you come down here, bro, swear to God, I'll be barbecuing tomorrow. It'll definitely be worth it. Anyway, you guys take care, man. We'll see you guys next week. Okay. Thank you to everybody that tunes in to this virtual pub table. By the way, for anybody that does get a little hurt because you don't feel like we talk beer enough, listen, when you go to a pub, how often do you literally, if you're there at the pub with your boys for 2 hours, how often do you talk all 120 minutes about beer? You don't.
The
Okay.
beer is it's the initiation process. Like you talk
Right.
about the beer and then you continue.
That's right. Look,
Mm.
you start with the beer, just like Tom said. You'll talk, oh yeah, man, this is pretty good. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, it has these notes. Blah blah blah. Right? If let's say you're going to the tap house, let's say if it's your average biker bar situation, $2 pours, you're definitely not talking about the beer, right?
Yeah, you're playing pool more than playing fucking drinking beer.
Yeah, you're playing pool. You're talking about your crappy job, right? You're talking about how lousy the weather is. Your car failed on you again. Give me a break. You're not talking about beer, for Christ's sake, right?
My third
Yeah,
wife
goddamn-
left me.
My third wife left me. The dog ran away. You know what I'm
Goddamn alternator, I got to change. God damn it.
Yes, exactly. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can't get the old lady to give you a Hummer anymore. You know what I'm saying? All these sort of things. Right. Listen. Okay. That's the point. This is a virtual pub table. I've always put it in the description. We are nothing but a virtual pub table. And this is where you come, bring your favorite beverage, pull up your virtual pub chair to the virtual pub table and enjoy, man. Let's talk about whatever comes up and a little beer here and there, right? You know what I'm saying? So, when we get special deals like this particular one that's
yeah, babe.
obviously cracked open. Oh, by the way,
was-
that's the bottom of there's nothing special down there and nothing special on the bottom but the barcode. But yeah, when we get if I could ever get my hands on a prop, I don't know. That might be something I don't know, Tom. I'm feeling like next year, man. It might be. You know what? I think you were saying 2 bottles of prop.
Ooh, dude, you should just go there, dude.
I
would like to. I don't know where I'm gonna be at next year, but dude, I'm telling you, if you're willing to take a plane trip out there and get just a ticket, just to get 2 of them.
It's right there. Plane ticket.
Spend 2 days. Spend 2 days out there, boom, and go home. It's like you know what I mean? It's like
forget about it.
You might have to buy them in advance. Like you might have to go to Goose Island and put like an alert that you're gonna, you know what I mean, when the tickets go on sale.
Yeah,
because they might go quick.
Oh no! Wait, no. Are you reading the comments? This guy he's a beer tease. This guy, the Hudson and Tempe has it on tap.
Wait, they had the 15 through 23 on tap and the bourbon. Oh, dude,
I've never had Bourbon County on tap. You said you did, right,
dude? Tom? If they have that old, you should go there. I would go there now, dude.
We got the grandkids here. I'd be tempted to go. Trust me.
You got to get like a flight from like 15 to 19.
Listen to this. Are you reading what I'm reading? I can get a prop. I may still have a 15.
That's a prop 15.
I think I'm getting goosebumps, kids. I think I'm getting goosebumps. Right? I've never had a prop. Have you had a prop?
No, I drank the 2015. I think I drank the 2015 coffee in it on tap, and it was fucking amazing.
Dude, the Hudson has that many CBSs on. Well, I got a DD with me now. That's not saying much. The last time I had to drive my DD home last weekend, I had to drive my DD home. My DD,
and that's if you got to drive your designated driver home. You know it was a good night. You know,
when your DD gets a little more hammered than you, not a little, but when I say a little, I mean like a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. when your DD gets, and you're like, you know what? I think I'm gonna I think I better take it easy, right? Because
You question yourself for a minute, like, shit, is she driving me home?
yeah,
Oh shit! What am I doing?
are we both gonna have to Uber?
You can tell when the bartender's like, "Who's driving home?" And you're like, at the same time, you're like, "Oh shit!" I think you're right. Like, oh my god.
If someone's at, what's the secret brewery in this town? I feel like, to me, the secret brewery. You've heard me mention them a couple times, but I don't mention them enough. Every time I go to the Shop Beer Company here in Tempe, I'm always like, you know what? Why in the hell don't I come here more? Do you have one of those breweries in your area where you're like, you know what? Why the F don't I come here more? They're freaking good.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a lot of those, and the general reason why I don't is because they're too far away from me.
Yeah, or
same
they're
here.
that little. They're that direction you just don't normally go.
Right.
Or that like for me, the shop is in that kind of general congested area as far as traffic goes, and I just prefer not to.
Yeah, you want to stay away from traffic. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a very youthful, trendy. It's in that ASU area, for Christ's sake. So it's, you know what I'm saying, ASU. You've all heard of it, no?
yeah.
But, and it's a cool area, but it's, there's a lot of young people, and I'm no
Very
longer.
hip.
Yeah, very hip, very,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And so, I am, you realize very quickly that you're not. Let's just say.
Oh yeah, I realize when I walk into a lot of these places,
Yeah.
I'm like, I forget how old I am. I'm like, yeah, I don't even really fit in here, but I don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of times I'm like, yeah, the 90% of the people here are younger than me.
Yeah, the shop is that brewery for me, and when I do go out there, I've been able to hustle them too. They've had beers that are only on tap. You know how a lot of breweries like to do that. Oh no, this is cask only. We only made this one cask, and that's it. And I've been
Joe,
able
your
to hustle.
experience.
Do you crowler? Yeah. Well, let's talk, son. Let's talk. You know what I'm saying? It's about
their experience. Your experience, and not many of those younger guys, those younger people that are willing to push. I'll push.
Hey.
I'll push a little bit and see what happens.
I'm going home with this beer tonight, son. Right? Yeah, no is a solid, talk me into it. You know what I'm saying? No is if you're telling me no and you crowler and you're in business to sell beer, that's a solid, talk me into it, right?
Next question, Joe, is how much?
That's the difference, right?
How much?
If we're talking money, let's talk, right? If it's about money, then I ain't freaking rich or nothing. I'm just saying, I'm that idiot that's willing to pay the price for some beer, right? And albeit I did the same thing at a beloved friend of the show's brewery as well. Our dear friend Zach, I went to his brewery. I paid cash money for a particular beer that was cask only. I'm not trying to, I want to support Zach. I paid cash money. A discount, but I still paid. You know what I'm saying? I paid money. I'm trying to support the man, If Tom can get, what is that? Cantalone, or went to Hill?
I can't. I actually had Hill Farmstead on tap today. The Montuaca, something double Montuaca. It was good. I can't go to Hill Farmstead is so far away from me. It's like 4.5 hours, and it's like in the middle of Vermont, in the middle of nowhere. I could probably trade for Cantalone, how the hell you say that. I don't know. I don't know. Hill Farmstead is like in the middle of nowhere. Never mind. Hill Farmstead's good though. They make a lot of good barrel aged stouts and.
I don't know. You know what? What do you guys think about it? Well, I'm going to try to get out of here after this. CBS. I've spent big money on CBS bottles as well. Do you remember seeing me buy big, freaking ridiculous $30-$35 bottles of CBS in the past?
I walk right past it. I don't even touch it.
Yeah. Those, I think it was a $7.50 bottle or something. I feel like the last big bottle I bought of CBS, it was a special edition or something. And I don't know, man.
See, the thing about CBS is they didn't brew it for a certain amount of time. They had it. I think they brewed it and they stopped brewing it for like 4 or 5 years, and then they brought it back, and everyone came back and said, "Who's the Star Trek guy?"
You do look like you.
That's the outfits that they wore on the original song.
Oh,
yeah.
What's something they would say? Beam me up.
Yeah, beam me up.
Beam me up. Yeah.
Beam me up, Scotty.
The second he posted that, I was like,
do that, Tom. Gotta do that.
Yeah. I was like, the second, I'm like, he is Star Trek. Yes. I would have never thought of that if he didn't post that. And the second he did. Yeah.
I didn't think of it the entire 3 hours.
No. The second he posted that, I was like, he does. He's Star Trek. Yes. Maple syrup and CBS is overpowering.
It's just not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. There's a 4-pack. If you get a 4-pack for like $25-$30, it's worth it. But it's a local place trying to sell like a 3-year-old bottle for like $50. I'm like, fuck that.
I've spent the money on CBS. I've spent the money on Sam Adams. If you guys remember, I bought 2 bottles of that freaking special edition champagne.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I forget what they called it. I spent $20 a bottle on that crap.
Wasn't it horrible?
Literally opened it and poured it down the drain. It was so Infinium. Thank you, bum. I bought it and popped. Was it a cork or was it a plastic cork? I don't remember.
Can't remember.
I remember sampling the first one and it was so god awful. I popped the second one, poured it right down the drain. I did it on camera.
Yeah, I remember you not being very happy about it at all.
Oh God, it was in the hype leading up to it. I remember
you did it for like 1 year.
I remember Cook putting out these promo videos for it, and the German company that was it a German company they collabed with?
I can't remember.
It was anyway
something like that.
The company they collabed with, it was across the pond, putting out videos as well. And I remember all this hype. I remember showing it on air here, and we talked about it. When it came in to that, I think it was a Callie's liquor store in Albuquerque, and I remember buying. Oh, give me 2 damn bottles. And Nemo says Jim Cook himself poured it for him at JBDF, and I'm like, wow. He said everyone in line was disappointed. It was god awful.
You got to know when you're pouring it that it's not. It's like, come on, you got to know that people aren't going to like it.
It was terrible.
I guess it's like a musician or a band when they're recording an album that they know sucks, but they're at the point of no return. They're like, there's nothing we can do. We have to put it out there now and just
exactly.
Well, you know what, and Tom Mike can relate to this. You're getting so high on your own supply, on your own bullshit. You're so into your own bullshit that you can't see, and so many other people are blowing so much smoke up your ass. They're too afraid to feed you the truth.
Yeah.
Well, when you have all these stockholders and all these people that want, they're buying more stock, they're doing all this, and you're like,
anybody doing anything creative, you reach a point where you can't see it objectively.
Okay, Bum, I know that I feel like, at least, maybe I don't know. I feel like you've got experience with this. The Sam Adams special releases years ago, when they would come out in bombers and they would release them, I would buy them. I don't remember a single time when I was like, God bless, this is so good. I don't remember that. I remember always being like, oh, this is too hot. Oh, this is too this. This is too that.
Well, the chocolate Bach was good, though.
The chocolate Bach, every 2 years, special bomber release. As a matter of fact, I still have the pewter labeled bottle. Still have it.
Yeah.
It was such a special bottle. Other than that, name me another one. Even the Utopias, to this day, I don't hear anything good about it.
Utopia is good, but it's just not worth $250.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That there you go.
It's not
worth that money. Bourbon County, I've spent, like I said, I've spent 70 plus 60 plus for a bottle.
Bless you.
And I have, thank you very much, guys, by the way.
You barely sneezed on the show. I can't remember the last time you sneezed. You barely.
I think that might be a first. I don't think I've ever seen.
I swear to God, I can't remember the last time you sneezed.
That's funny.
That might be a first.
That it is. That's funny. I have no idea.
Just like you never see news. When was the last time you saw a newscaster sneeze? They don't.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
They cough. Something will get in their throat, and they will occasionally cough. But
and you know what's funny is I have taken a break to, take a potty break, but I have done that. But it's so funny how often I host the show. I can do, like now, 3-hour show, never take it. The second I hit the end button, gotta go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like the cat that hosts the Red Zone. Like, your whole body, my whole day on Saturday is the show. If that makes any sense to you.
Yeah, sure.
Whole Saturday is the show. Everything is the show. Oh, well, I got to get ready for the show. I got to do this.
Like prepping.
Show. Yeah, everything is the show. So by the time I host the show, I guess I don't even think I could be drinking and doing all the. Any other time I'm drinking, I've got small bladder syndrome. I'm running to the head 5,000 times.
Yeah.
If I host a show, you've seen me. I can do a 5-6 hour show.
Yeah.
And never take a break one time. The second I hit the end button, boom.
Well, you get into a certain frame of mind.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I'll end with this here. We've got Nemo saying New England people don't care about Boston beer anymore. They're all drinking Treehouse.
I haven't drinking Treehouse in a month, 2 months probably. That's if you go out there. But there's so much good beer. Not just Treehouse. Honestly, though, Treehouse is probably the only brewery in the area I can still say, wow. Every once in a while, they'll brew a beer. I'm like, holy crap.
I'm thoroughly impressed by. I subscribe to Treehouse on YouTube, and I'm thoroughly still impressed by the videos they post, their process, the mindset that goes into brewing their different beers, and their processing into brewing different beers.
And they got their own coffee. They do coffee. They do spirits. They do literally everything. They do seltzers. They do everything. It's crazy.
I'm thoroughly impressed by them. They seem
The hell?
yeah, Nemo's right.
Yeah.
I'm thoroughly impressed by them. You know what I'm saying? Like they're I wish I did live by them. They're I like Goldwater in my area. I like Goldwater. I was turned off to Wren House at first, but Pat kind of is changing my mind on Wren House. I've been revisiting some Wren House beers, and they're not too bad. AZ Wilderness is another brewery I don't mention too much in our area that seems to be on the uptick of decent stuff nowadays. But Goldwater and Tombstone Brewery for me are my go-tos here, man. They're just my go-tos. And then for me, Wren House would be a solid third. Those would be, and they're all right here in Central Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? Like basically, they're all not far. If you ever come here and you spend a day or two and you want to hang out and sample some of these beers, we'll check them all out. I got no problem with it. We'll check them all out. You know, yeah. Anyway, I'm out of here, kids. Freaking Bourbon County, Angels Envy. For me, definitely worth the money. If I can get my hands on another bottle tomorrow, I will. For sure. I'll spend the money again. And yeah, there you go. Nemo verified it for me. Yeah, Arizona Wilderness is his favorite. Especially the donut shop. Yeah. By the way, Goldwater's Tap House in Mesa. Now you're going to take a hike to go to that tap house. I have been there, obviously. The bonus once you get out there, Goldwater, that their tap houses, you bring your own food, right? They have the beer, but you're more than welcome. And that one has a fantastic.
Oh, that's cool.
That one has a fantastic patio area out there, literally next to a crumble cookie. You're familiar with crumble cookies?
Yeah. We recently got a crumble cookie about 2 months ago in the area.
They literally share a wall with crumble cookie, and they're in the same shopping center as In-N-Out Burger. So if they're definitely, if you do get out there, they're definitely worth the journey out there. You can have an In-N-Out Burger, get your In-N-Out, walk over to Tombstone, have some fantastic beers, and then literally walk around the wall, grab you some crumble cookies, and you've got your dessert, and order another freaking fantastic beer to go with it. What's cool about Goldwater is they've recently caught on. AZ Wilderness is that brewery that sells other people's beer, already bottled, canned, but Goldwater's catching on to that too in their tap houses. They're starting to sell other people's beer, and that's cool. When you can go to a brewery and they're comfortable enough to sell other people's local beer, not big beers outside the area, but in your area, that it's very cool. It gets them
in the door, and then also gets you to try their beer.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's not really, you don't feel like the tension. It's just people open.
Yeah. It's
cool.
Very, yeah. And he mentions also, if you're in the area, Superstition Meadery is also a must try. As far as I know, one of the top meaderies in the country happens to be here as well. Superstition Meadery, if you're into meads and you buy meads in your particular area, look for Superstition. I'm sure that if you're into meads, they sell Superstition meadery in your area. Take care, kids. We're out of here, man.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure we're done this time. Smoking reefer with aliens in Roswell. I've not smoked reefer with aliens in Roswell.
No, he's asking Nemo that because Nemo's asking Causer that. He lived there for a while.
Yeah, he lived there for a while. Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say I've been to Roswell many times. Seen those poor kids in that military institute over there. There's a little known fact, I guess, about that area. There's a big military institute, for kids that their parents send them off to reform school. I guess, I don't know, but it's a big school. Big military, what would you call it? Like a high school or something, you know what I'm saying, for kids. Anyway, take care, man. We'll see you. Peace out.
See you next week.
Y'all.